Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up. So yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Good evening and welcome into this IdahoSports.com Game Streams production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Championships. Championship coverage is brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide co-op and country stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. We come to you tonight live from Holt Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello, and this is the game that everybody's been waiting for all week long in East Idaho. It's the 5A championship matchup as the Highland Rams at 10-2 on the season take on the Rigby Trojans, who are 10-1. Hi, everybody, inside the broadcast booth. Brandon Bainey alongside Lauren Jensen. You live in East Idaho. I live in East Idaho. This place has been a buzz all week.
Yeah, with both of these teams, the 2A or the two 5A powerhouses in the state, and obviously here in East Idaho, the same conference. Rigby kind of the upcomer wanting to take over as the premier 5A football team, whereas Highland has been that premier 5A football team.
More recently, though, it has been Rigby with the success, making their third consecutive appearance in the championship game. They won it all 2 years ago, lost to Rocky Mountain last year 17-14, and now looking to bounce back and pick up just their second championship in school history. The first one came 2 years ago in 2019. On the other side of the coin is Highland. They come in with 11 titles in their storied career, 4 of which were won by current head coach Gino Mariani in 2002, 08, 14, and 17, their last title there. 2 great coaches, Gino Mariani for Highland, Armando Gonzalez, who started his career in California and has really built this Rigby program up in a short amount of time.
Yeah, he's brought in a lot of good guys around him as well, and they really do. They feel like they're the up-and-coming dynasty in 5A football, and Gonzalez has done a fantastic job building that program. One championship out of 3 tries doesn't make you a dynasty. 2 out of 3, you're well on your way. So they're looking to get a win here tonight.
Rigby comes in as the favorite by virtue of their 44-21 win over Highland in the regular season. That game was played outdoors in Rigby. This game will be inside Holt Arena, which was Highland's home venue this year. But to be fair, Rigby also was able to play inside Holt Arena. They played Skyline in a non-conference game for this exact scenario. They knew there was a chance they would have to play in Holt Arena in the playoffs. They wanted to get a game because if you've never been in Holt Arena before, it can be a little intimidating at first.
Yeah, it's a big venue. Obviously, it sounds different. You know, you got the echo. There's a lot of people here tonight. I mean, this place is as full as it's been in years probably, even for an ISU game. And so it's just a different venue. Of course, you're on the turf, which, you know, there's some more turf fields here in eastern Idaho than there have been in the past. But, yeah, the goalposts are different. It's just a different venue.
We are in our broadcast booth. They've opened up both sides of seating for the first time this entire postseason in Holt Arena. The Rigby fans are on our side in the broadcast booth. We are looking straight across at all of the Highland fans, mostly wearing black, it looks like, maybe a blackout from the Highland crowd. So let's talk about Rigby. They come in as the favorite. In that matchup they won in the regular season, 44-21, Rigby rushed for 392 yards on the ground. And like it is most games, it was the 1-2 combo of quarterback Tiger Adolfo and running back Zeke Falavai. Falavai had 180 on the ground. Adolfo rushed for 162.
Yeah, they're the two-headed monster, right, for Rigby. You look at their touchdowns scored, 25 passing touchdowns for Adolfo, 9 on the ground as well. There's 34 touchdowns and then 18 more for Falavai on the ground. And so just those two guys, that's who they're going to rely on throughout this ball game.
Falavai eclipsed the 1,000-yard rushing mark last week in that triple overtime victory over Meridian. And it was Rigby's defense that finally made a play, knocking away a Meridian pass, and then Tiger Adolfo did a Superman dive into the end zone for the game-winning touchdown. Got a little dinged up, but he's ready to go tonight. And, of course, he is committed to Weber State University to play quarterback in the Big Sky Conference next year.
Yeah, and that'll be fun for Idaho State Bengals.
They're going to be like, why did we let this guy get away?
Have to sit here and watch him tonight and down the road, obviously, as well as he plays at Weber State.
So Falavai comes in with 1,000 yards on the ground, 1,019 on just 172 carries. He really hasn't been a workhorse this year. A lot of games he's like 11, 12 carries for like 100 yards. He is a big play back.
Yeah, and that's the amazing thing. I mean, that's a pretty good average. He's averaging about 7-8 yards a carry. But like you said, they haven't gone to him a ton. Granted, that's partly because Adolfo's kind of that second running back, if you will, as well.
He is so dangerous when he gets outside the pocket, Tiger Adolfo, and takes off and runs. One other key for Rigby is their health, right? They've had a lot of injuries late in the season. Starting cornerback Zabe Falavai, that's Zeke's younger brother. He's been playing at about 85%. He's out there playing, but he's not fully back to full strength. Logan Fredrickson, a great linebacker. He got hurt late in the year. He's back playing the last couple of games, but again, not quite 100%. And then on offense, their best wide receiver and their backup quarterback, Taylor Freeman, missed last week's semifinal win over Meridian because in the quarterfinal round against Capital, he made a catch and then basically got suplexed. He got picked up by the defender and slammed into the ground, hurt his wrist, and he is out there dressed up tonight, warming up. He's got a big cast on that right wrist. You can see his fingers poking out of the top of the cast, which means I guess he's going to go give it a go.
I mean, we watched him a little in warm-ups. Granted, it's warm-ups, right? He was able to catch that ball with his hands, both hands there. So he's at least, you look at him, he is the leading receiver for him. 11 TD catches on the season, 53 receptions for almost 900 yards. And so they need him out there, and maybe even 75% is better than nothing.
And for Rigby, this is a great opportunity for Tiger Adolfo. He wasn't here when Rigby won the title 2 years ago. He was living on the island in Hawaii with his family. They moved from Hawaii to Rigby last year. Adolfo, as a junior, was the starting quarterback. Did not have the greatest championship game performance in that loss to Rocky Mountain. In the championship game last year, through one half of play, he was 4 of 7 for 54 yards and an interception. He had 4 carries for -1 yard and 2 fumbles. He actually got benched at halftime. They went with Taylor Freeman in the second half. So for Tiger Adolfo personally, this is his chance at redemption.
Yeah, and we were both at that game. He just didn't have it in that first half. And as you mentioned, this is a chance for redemption, your chance to come back as a senior, win it, and show that you belong. You are the premier 5A quarterback in the state of Idaho.
And the Highland Rams take the field. Let's talk about Highland. This is a team that has only lost twice. They lost 12-7 to Rocky Mountain in their season opener, and then they lost to Rigby a few weeks back. Jack Whitmer, the senior quarterback, is really the guy that carries the load for Highland. He's completed 66% of his passes for 2,002 yards, 17 touchdowns to 7 picks. He's also the leading rusher for Highland this year, 152 carries, 929 yards, and 13 TDs. So he's nearly a 2,000, 1,000 passer and rusher.
Yeah, he is a huge part of this offense. And in talking to some of the Rigby coaching staff, this is the guy they want to contain. And oddly enough, they want to make him throw the ball. They're like, we can't let him beat us on the ground because he is such a threat on the ground, 13 TDs, almost 1,000 yards. They'd rather make him stay in the pocket and throw the ball.
Eli Parrish is the running back for Highland, 844 yards and 9 touchdowns, and a pretty balanced receiving attack when you look at it. Raymond Barella is the leading receiver, 60 grabs for 821 yards and 7 TDs. That's what makes Highland so difficult. There's not really that one guy you can key in on. There's 4, 5, 6 different guys capable of making a play.
Yeah, you look at, everybody else has got a couple TD grabs on the year as well, and one for Jackson Riddle. So, yeah, there's a lot of guys that they can sling it around to move down the field and then either go with Parrish or Whitmer, depending on what you want to do once you get inside the red zone.
That Highland defense, especially that defensive line, prides themselves on getting after the passer. Cody Colvin, 86 tackles, 10 sacks. Drew Roberts, 43 tackles, 9.5 sacks. Sloan Lamson has 59 tackles and 6.5 sacks. That's 3 of the 4 defensive linemen. They got pushed around by that Rigby offensive line the first time. Those defensive linemen for Highland are also looking for redemption here in the rematch.
Yeah, there's got to be some pride, right, in the trenches. Those guys, they really dictate the football game, and that's one of those things we're going to really be watching. Who's going to get the better of it? And that defensive lineman, they're going to have to step up for Highland to be able to get some pressure on Adolfo, make him make some mistakes, and if they can do that, they can sack him a few times. This could be a different ball game.
Mason Fulmer, a great linebacker as well, leads the team with 89 tackles, and Adam Jones is their best cover guy in the secondary with 2 interceptions this year. He will have his hands full tonight with this loaded Rigby receiving core. Let's take a look at the keys to victory for each of these teams tonight. Lauren, let's start with Highland, since they are, they're the home team up on the scoreboard, which I don't understand because they are the lower seed coming in, right? They lost to Rigby, but anyways.
And they're in their dark jerseys. They're in their home jerseys, too.
So let's start with Highland, and here are their keys to victory for the Rams. Number 1, cage the Tiger.
Yeah, pretty self-explanatory. They've got to control Tiger Adolfo. They can't let him run rampant. They can't let him go and get going because he can hurt you in so many ways. So they've got to get to him. We talked about the defensive line. They've got to get to him, hit him, rush him make some mistakes.
Key number 2 for Highland tonight, don't get down.
Yeah, they can't get behind. This is a high-powered Rigby offense. They put up 44 on them earlier in the season. They need to stay close so that they can use one of their best weapons late in the game if they can get to that point.
And that takes us to our third key, get in range.
Yeah, and we didn't even talk about the man, Ian Hershey, the kicker for the Highland Rams. What has he done in the playoffs?
Well,
on the season.
On the season, Ian Hershey, 18 of 21 on field goals. That's 85%. A new state record, a long of 58 in the semifinal win over Rocky Mountain, a game they won 22-21. And then last week, he had the game-winning field goal as time expired to walk off 29-27 over Eagle. He went out to attempt the kick the first time, and he was kind of hot dogging a little bit as he ran it, and he slipped and fell on his butt. And everybody started laughing. Like, all of the Eagle fans were laughing at him like, hey, serves you right. And it actually, I think, helped calm him down a little bit. And then he lined up and drilled the kick and walked off the winner. He is such a weapon, and he's also a great punter. He's averaging 40.3 yards per punt.
Yeah, so that key to the victory, they just got to get him in range. If this game can stay close, if they can keep it close, all they have to do is get to like the 35, even the 40-yard line, and he's in range. So they've got to get in range to utilize Ian Hershey.
The first time these two teams played in Rigby, I called that game for IdahoSports.com, and I talked to Armando Gonzalez, the head coach from Rigby, prior to the game, and I said, you know, normally we don't think about special teams that much, but with Ian Hershey, and he said, yeah, he's an absolute weapon. And he said, really, where the biggest impact is on kickoffs. We know that we're basically starting from our own 20 on every single possession, and that can be a little deflating for an offense.
Yeah, you have no chance for a return at all because he's got such a leg. Go back and watch some of his videos. It looks fake. When he kicks that 58-yard field goal, it looks fake.
Yeah. It was incredible. The new state record for longest field goal in Idaho high school history. Those are the Highland Rams' keys to victory. And for the Rigby Trojans, their keys to victory brought to you by Madison Memorial Hospital. Key number 1, turnovers are bad.
Yeah, we got really creative there. Turnovers are bad. Yeah, Rigby, we talked about Adolfo's struggles last year in this game. Rigby can't turn over the ball. They need those possessions. They need to score. They need to put this out of reach. They want to put it out of reach for Highland early if they can.
Key number 2 for Rigby, hamstring the hog mollies.
We had to go to the dictionary for this one to find out what that even was. Really what it is, they've got to win the trenches, right? Rigby needs to win the trenches. They feel like they can push the line around that defensive line. They feel like they can get pressure on Highland as well. And so they've got to win in the trenches. They've got to hamstring those hog mollies, the linemen.
Key number 3 for Rigby, make the QB throw.
And this kind of seems odd, but that's what Rigby wants to do. They want to make Whitmer throw the football. They don't want to let him get outside and run. They feel like he's a really big threat once he gets out of the pocket, so they want to keep him in that pocket. They want to put pressure on him and make him throw the football.
So those are the Rigby keys to victory brought to you by Madison Memorial Hospital. Let's take a quick break. We'll come back with the opening kickoff of this 5A championship game. We will be back in just a moment. You are listening to the 2021 5A state championship game on IdahoSports.com.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
Back inside Holt Arena in Pocatello, Brandon Bainey, Lauren Jensen, 5A state championship game about to get underway. Rigby will kick off to start this game, which means we'll see the Highland Rams on offense first. Forrest Uminski to kick off for the Trojans. He will drill that through the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 for Highland from their own 20, working left to right here in this opening half of action. Rigby wearing the white jerseys, white pants, the maroon letters and numbers, those maroon helmets. Kind of look like Alabama a little bit.
Yeah, it does have that look just a little bit.
And for Highland, the black jerseys, black pants, red trim down the sides, gray on the shoulder pads, white letters and numbers, red trim around them, dark black helmets. What kind of team does that look like?
Tell you what, those helmets though, they've got that shine on them from the ram horn that's like gray, and it is shiny.
1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 20, working left to right. Whitmer will start with a handoff to Eli Parrish across the 25, the 30, and cut down at the 34-yard line. A potential touchdown-saving tackle by Ryder Thompson for the Trojans.
Yeah, Thompson, number 10, in there and got him around the ankles. Otherwise, that's a huge play on the first play of the game.
14 yards for Eli Parrish right up the gut on 1st down. It's 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 34-yard line. 11:53 to play. I think they stopped the clock, and now they'll keep it rolling. Opening drive of the game for the Highland Rams. They'll line up out of a shotgun formation here. 2 receivers either side. Whitmer handoff inside. Parrish again. Bounces it to the outside. Has a seam to the 40, the 45, the 50, and out of bounds at the Rigby 49-yard line. A first down.
I'll tell you what, Parrish got to the outside, and he is quick. A big pickup for him out across midfield, and that's something that Rigby's going to have to clean up quickly.
18 yards on that carry for Eli Parrish, and again, he started in between the tackles, ran into some resistance, bounced it outside, and he is a speedster.
Yeah, not a very big running back, but yeah, quickly got to the outside. Rigby doing a good job on the line there, but those blockers sealing that corner for Highland.
Yeah, Parrish is tall and lean, 6 foot, 165. 3 receivers right, receiver in motion left to right is Jackson Riddle, the sophomore. He gets it on the sweep, and Riddle will take it to the 46-yard line for a gain of 2. So Jackson Riddle is a sophomore that wasn't even on the team when the season began. Number 1 originally was Kevin Dahlstrom, a great wide receiver for Highland. He suffers a season-ending injury. Jackson Riddle moves into the Highland School District. They find out he's a pretty good football player. They say, hey, we've got this free jersey number 1. We're going to give it to you. And really, since the end of the regular season, he's been a great running back in this offense. Highland out of a pistol on 2nd and 8 from the 46-yard line of Rigby. Quarterback keeper on an option play for Whitmer across the 45 to the 44. 2 more yards. It'll be 3rd down and 6.
A great job by the right side of that defensive line for Rigby to force him back inside. They had the pitch man covered, and they keep him to a short gain.
Yeah, they actually put it back to the 45-yard line, so a gain of just a yard for Whitmer. 3rd and 7 for the Rams. 10:29 to play first quarter, no score. Opening drive of the game for Highland. 3 receivers bunched to the right, single receiver to the left. Whitmer on 3rd and 7. Barella, the man in motion right to left, will drop back to pass. Rigby brings the pressure. Whitmer stands tall, throws underneath, cut down at the 42-yard line, shy of the first down marker. On the reception, Fisher Anderson. It'll be 4th down and 4 for Highland.
Yeah, Taylor Freeman came up quickly right after he caught that, undercut him for a short gain to force it to 4th down. A nice open field tackle by Taylor Freeman.
So we wondered what Taylor Freeman's role was going to be on this team with his wrist in that cast. Looks like maybe on defense, he could be a great player and athlete back there.
Well, and Fredrickson earlier, he was one of those guys that got into the backfield as well to force that earlier no gain on the play.
4th down, Highland to punt. Ian Hershey, such a great punter. We'll see if he tries the coffin corner kick here. A lot of hang time, and this one will be down at the 2-yard line. What a job by Hershey to get enough air under it that Ridge Barella, Raymond's younger brother, could down it at the 3-yard line.
And correct me if I'm wrong, didn't he catch that in the air?
Yes.
Barella caught that before it even hit the turf. He made it all the way down and caught it at the 2. What a play from Barella.
The hang time on the punt from Ian Hershey. And again, the only schools that have officially expressed interest in his services are Nevada and Cal. But if I was a Pac-12 school, I'd be knocking on Ian Hershey's door. His father, Jeremy Hershey, is the special teams coach for Highland. He was a kicker at Idaho State University back in the day. So it's a family that knows a lot about kicking. 1st and 10 for Rigby from their own 3-yard line out of the end zone. They'll start with a handoff to Falavai up the middle. He's popped around the 7-yard line. That's Cody Colvin on the tackle for the Rams.
Yeah, Colvin got him good, but a good pickup for Falavai on 1st down.
Gain of 5 and gives him a little bit of breathing room, as when they took that snap out of the shotgun, they were in their own end zone. Rigby working right to left here in this opening quarter of action. 8:55 to play first quarter, no score. Condancy, the tight end, in motion right to left here. Adolfo takes a snap, handoff again up the middle. This is Falavai running into some resistance at the 10-yard line. Pickup of 2, it'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, they really stacked up that hole. Rigby wasn't able to open up a big enough seam for him, and he only got a couple.
Officially, we'll call it 3, and it's 3rd and 2 for the Trojans from their own 11-yard line. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. Adolfo out of the shotgun with Falavai on his left hip, low snap. Adolfo back to pass, feeling the pressure, he's sacked by Colvin, back at the 4-yard line.
Colvin came off that defensive end, and he was moving. He had his man beat initially, almost got held, and still got to Adolfo.
I was going to say, he was throwing his arms up like he was being held and was able to fight through it. And this is a Highland team that knows that they got pushed around by that Rigby offensive line in the first matchup. And I think they really were motivated and fired up coming into tonight's game. So go ahead.
Sorry, that's a big stop, too, because this can really flip the field position as punting out of the back of his own end zone.
Rigby will punt from their own end zone. A high kick that might have been partially tipped, nearly blocked. A fair catch called for by Raymond Barella at his own, or at the 38-yard line of Rigby. So you mentioned it, Lauren. Great position for Highland here.
Yeah, and that all comes, we talked about Ian Hershey. We talked about his field goals, but you mentioned his punting prowess there, and that's where it comes into play. They pin him down there deep. Rigby not able to move it, and now great field position for the Rams.
1st and 10 for Highland from the 38-yard line of Rigby. 7:36 to play in a scoreless first quarter of action. 4 receivers to the right side, only a tight end to the left. And Whitmer alone out of the shotgun. Screen pass right side, too far in front and dropped. Intended receiver that time was Ezra Godfrey, the intended receiver there. It's 2nd and 10.
And those are those scary ones. I'm watching that just to see, and it looked like it went forward maybe a yard or two. It was a forward pass, but it was out there in the flat.
Yeah, he led Godfrey a little too far that time. So 2nd down and 10 for Highland. They'll send 3 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right, and again Whitmer alone out of a shotgun formation. 7:33 to play first quarter. Rigby brings the blitz. Whitmer standing tall, throwing at the 35-yard line. Reception is made by the guy they tried to get it to on the last play. That's Ezra Godfrey for a reception of 6 yards. It'll be 3rd and 4.
Yeah, Trevin Talbot, number 1, the senior out there, did a good job. He got a hold of him and did not let go. And we're finally able to finish him off as a teammate came over.
Well, Highland already in Ian Hershey field goal range, right?
Yes, they are.
At the 32-yard line of the Trojans. 7 minutes to play first quarter. It's a 3rd and 4. Again, 5 wide. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Whitmer back to pass, throwing a slant. That is caught, and then ball came out. They'll say incomplete pass. Raymond Barella got popped on the slant route, 4th down.
Yeah, it did look like he had it just for a moment, but the hit came immediately and popped it free. So here comes, I would assume, Hershey out. First time we'll see him from the field goal.
Ian Hershey trots out for what will be a 49-yard field goal.
Not even close to outside his range.
Now everybody says kicking in Holt Arena, it's climate controlled, there's no wind, but I would argue the field goal posts are more narrow.
They are.
Because it's a college facility. So it's its own set of challenges. Hershey from the near hash, a 49-yard field goal to try and give Highland the lead with 6:50 to play first quarter. Snap down, the kick is on the way for Hershey. He missed it, wide left. Only the 4th time he's missed all year. Rigby gets the ball on downs.
Yeah, and that ball came off his foot funny. It wasn't his normal kick. It was spinning sideways, and he hooked it to the left. So a big stop for Rigby. Defensively, they come up after the short field was given to Highland.
So we remain tied at 0 with 6:44 to play in our first quarter of action.
Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Rigby Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right, buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevy, Cadillac, and Buick models.
1st and 10. Tiger Adolfo completes it on the right side. And on the reception for the Trojans, Coleman Lords, the slot receiver, for a gain of 6.
Remember to come into Taylor Chevrolet and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at TaylorChev.com.
Now we were wondering if Taylor Freeman, speaking of Taylors, Taylor Freeman, Rigby's receiver, he is lined up as the wide receiver on the left side of the formation. He's got a huge cast on that right arm, really that right wrist. 2nd and 4, out of a pistol. Falavai gets the call. Falavai in trouble, brought down for a loss of yardage in the backfield. Charging through to make the stop that time, Mason Fulmer, the leading tackler on this Highland defense.
Yeah, Fulmer got to him first in the backfield, and then a teammate came up and helped finish him off. And they're really getting into the backfield and forcing Falavai to switch directions early in his approach to the line.
So a loss of a yard for Falavai on the carry makes it 3rd and 5 for Rigby from their own 25-yard line. 5.5 to play, first quarter, no score. 3 receivers left. Adolfo rolling out that way, setting up, in trouble, hit as he throws, pass complete at the 32-yard line for a Rigby first down. On the reception is Sam Coons, the Hillcrest transfer. He was a Hillcrest Knight last year. Now he's a Rigby Trojan, and he's picking up the first down.
And Coons, a great target, 6'4", 185, a senior for the Trojans, and he was in the right spot for the first down on that play.
That was a gain of 7 from Adolfo to Coons. 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 32. Screen pass right side, bounced off the turf, incomplete. Intended receiver was Taylor Freeman. First time they've gone his way tonight.
Yeah, it was just too low. Freeman almost went down like a shortstop and picked it up off the short hop, but just a tough pass to try to catch.
And again, this place is packed. There's not very many empty seats on either side. Both bands are here, both cheerleaders are here. What an atmosphere for the 5A championship game. 5:03 to play, first quarter, no score. Rigby facing a 2nd and 10 from their own 32. 5 wide, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Adolfo alone out of a shotgun. Back to pass, firing, caught on an out route near side at the 35-yard line, pushed out of bounds around the 36. That is Coleman Lords with his 2nd reception of the night. Goes for a gain of 5.
And right now, Rigby hasn't really taken any shots down the field. They've been little out routes, passes out into the flat, little wide receiver screen stuff. We'll see if they take a shot here. It's 3rd and 5. Maybe not the best time to take a shot down the field.
3 receivers to the right side, tight end to the left. Falavai on the left hip of Adolfo here on 3rd and 5 from their own 37. Looks like Highland may be blitzing off the edge here. Creeping up towards that line of scrimmage is the corner on the short side, Jackson Sabuma. Trips to the right. Adolfo, play blown dead before it can start. A timeout taken by the Trojans.
Yeah, something that Armando Gonzalez didn't like there. For all your commercial John Deere new and used agricultural equipment, choose C&B Operations, Eastern Idaho's premier John Deere dealership. Visit C&B Operations at 1102 West Bridge Street in Blackfoot for all your equipment needs, or visit them online at deerequipment.com. That's DeereQuipment.com. C&B Operations in Blackfoot is a proud supporter of the student athletes and wants to wish them good luck in the state championship game. Avail Valley Construction serves Driggs, the Star Valley, and now serving the Snake River Valley. They specialize in all kinds of construction, from driveways and parking lots to large highway and site projects. Avail Valley Construction can help with your underground utilities, excavation, base gravel, grade work, and paving needs. Find them on Facebook or visit availvalley.com. That's AVAIL Valley.com. Go Trojans.
Out of the timeout, Trojans facing a 3rd and 5 from their own 37-yard line. 4:57 to play in a scoreless first quarter. Rigby has 3 receivers right, tight end to the left, tailback to the left hip of Adolfo. They will hand off to Falavai, looking for the edge, brought down at the 40. 2 yards shy of the first down. Mason Fulmer and Lucas Barker comboing on the stop for Highland. It's 4th down and 2.
I like the call there as they kind of had it spread out on that far side, and it looked like Falavai had a little more room to run. They closed quickly on him. Now this is man, it looks like they're going to go for it. I like it here. 4th and 2, gutsy.
Big risk, big reward, because Highland could get the ball at the 40, which again is in Ian Hershey range already. 4th and 2 from their own 40. Got to get to the 42 to pick up the first down. Hard count from Adolfo. Now he'll line up under center and now go back to the shotgun. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Tailback on his right hip. Adolfo will pooch kick it. Nice call on the squibber. It will take a Highland bounce and be down at the 30-yard line, where Highland will have it 1st and 10.
Adolfo takes it down to the 30, and Highland will have it 1st and 10.
Lava Hot Springs is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They are open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. They're happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112. Their indoor aquatic center is open for the fall seasons on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and they offer kiddie splash time on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precautions, so come and soak away your troubles.
1st and 10. It's a jet sweep off the right side for Raymond Barella for a pickup of 3.
Remember to check out lavahot.springs.com for more information.
So Barella gets it on the jet sweep that time. Pretty versatile wide receiver / running back. Jackson Schumann is a good slot back type player for Highland as well. Barella gets 4 yards there. It's 2nd and 6 for Highland from their own 34. 3:30 to play first quarter. Rams working left to right in a scoreless ball game. 5 wide, 4 to the left, 1 to the right. They'll sling it to Parrish in the flat left side. He dropped it, and they'll say incomplete pass. 3rd and 6.
Yeah, that was another one. It looked like it was just forward again, maybe half a yard forward from where it was thrown by Whitmer. So it'll fall incomplete.
Both teams trying to get the screen game going early here, Lauren, but neither side having success even completing it.
Yeah, it's really, that's a good point. Both of them, a couple of them anyways, have been dropped. And when they have been caught, there hasn't been a lot of room to run. Guys have got off their blocks and been able to make the tackles.
3rd and 6 for the Rams from their own 34. Rigby fans making some noise. 3 receivers left. Single receiver to the right is Godfrey. Whitmer, quarterback draw, lowering the shoulder, stretching and getting the first down to the 41. They needed 6. He gave them 7.
Yeah, and that's what talk about there, Whitmer, the ability to use his legs. Just a little delay and then lunging forward, like you mentioned, to pick up that first down. He was hit a couple yards shy of it.
And Whitmer using that frame, he's got decent size, 6 foot, 175. Fresh set of downs for the Rams with 3:05 and counting in this first quarter.
A really high-scoring first matchup between these two teams and a little bit of a defensive struggle right now in this first quarter.
It's almost like a boxing match where both fighters are just kind of getting a feel for each other, right? We'll start seeing those big swings coming. 1st and 10, play action. Whitmer in trouble and just gets it away, but heavy pressure from Rigby. Damian Walker nearly came away with the sack.
And I wouldn't be surprised to see an intentional grounding penalty thrown here. There wasn't anybody even close. Yeah, there it is right there. There was nobody even close, and he didn't, not that you have to in high school, but he didn't get it back to the line of scrimmage, and he was being sacked as he let go of it.
We talked about Highland's defensive line in the pregame. Rigby has just as good a front. They run a 3-4, right? And so Damian Walker and Dusty Wright are the defensive ends. Nick Van Cupo is the nose tackle. I saw him get an interception in the Blackfoot game earlier this year. He almost returned it for a touchdown, and the place would have went nuts. But so those three are really solid at the point of attack, and they allow all those great linebackers like Fredrickson and et cetera to make those plays.
And a good job there, getting Whitmer in a bad spot, and now it's 2nd and forever.
And again, that was Damian Walker applying the pressure. Last year, Talon Togiai was kind of the nose tackle on that defensive line. They moved him to the offensive line this year. It's worked out really well, and he, of course, committed to BYU to play football next year.
To see him a little bit more down the road.
2:47 to play, first quarter, 2nd and 25. Whitmer slings it in the flat near side to Parrish. Got it the 25, the 30, the 35, and brought down at the 39-yard line. In on the tackle for the Trojans that time was Riker Kirkham.
Yeah, Kirkham did a good job. They gave up quite a few yards, but now it's still 3rd and 12. He didn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage, so they did a good job of corralling Parrish to still make it 3rd and long.
13 yards on that pass from Whitmer to Parrish brings up a 3rd and 12 for Highland from their own 39-yard line. 2:10 to play in a scoreless first quarter, and again, Rigby fans on their feet making a lot of noise. Highland has 5 wide, 2 to the left, 3 to the right. Whitmer alone out of a shotgun. Rigby rushes 4. Whitmer sets, fires over the middle, caught across the 50 to the Rigby 48-yard line for a first down. Raymond Barella.
And Barella took a shot. He got sandwiched by 2 Rigby players, kind of pinballed him as the first man hit him and then into the next one, and now a holding penalty is going to bring it back.
All right, so it was a 13-yard connection to Barella over the middle. but a second costly penalty against Highland on this drive. Holding call, and now instead of 3rd and 12, you're looking at like 3rd and 24.
Yeah, that's a big penalty. It was behind the line of scrimmage where that hold took place. And I'm taking a look here at Raymond Barella. They have him listed at 5'6", 120.
He is, small in stature, but big in big playability.
Yeah, and 120, that is, he took a shot there from two big guys and just kind of bounced off both of them. Now a big, huge third down here for Highland.
He plays on the Highland basketball team as well, so one of the smaller guys out there in that sport also. 3rd and 25, and now a timeout taken by Rigby here with 1:37 to play before halftime. They've now spent 2 timeouts early on here in the first period.
Yeah, and I see head coach Armando Gonzalez walking out with his hands out like, what's going on? What? They must have just been in the wrong coverage.
Yeah, something.
Well, the Bouchard team at Silver Creek Realty Group, where helping families in their community with all your real estate needs is their first priority. They are grateful to be able to serve all of Southeast Idaho to help you find your next home. The Bouchard Realty team wants to wish the Highland boys good luck in the state championship. And Bringhurst Family Dentistry offers affordable, complete dental care for your whole family and has been serving Pocatello for over 40 years. New patients are always welcome and emergency care is available. They'll take care of you and your family. Areas that they can help with include professional teeth whitening, implants, bridges, braces, extractions, and dentures. Bringhurst Family Dentistry. You can call them at 208-232-1260.
3rd and 25 from his own 26. Whitmer hit as he throws, going deep, overshot his man out of bounds around the 44-yard line. Intended receiver was Fisher Anderson. Even if he caught it, it would still be 4th down and 8.
Yeah, he was going to be well short of the first down, and his momentum was carrying him out of bounds anyways, but it was overthrown. So a big stop by Rigby after a little pooch punt from Adolfo.
And Ian Hershey certainly, I don't think is going to pooch punt here. He'll just go ahead and uncork another long kick. He's going to be punting from his own 10-yard line, so this will be more of a traditional, let me just see how far I can bomb it. But also, you can't outkick the coverage. You got to make sure you guys get down there as well, because a dangerous return man stands at his own 30-yard line for Rigby. And here is the kick again. A lot of distance. Will be caught on the run at the 4-yard line by Trevin Talbot. And Talbot tackled almost immediately on the play by Highland's Ridge Barella.
Yeah, great job by Barella, the sophomore. Got right down there immediately. As soon as he caught that, took the first step, Barella was on him to drop him to the turf.
And so, opponents of Highland are grateful that, Barella's going to graduate, Jackson Schumann's going to graduate. Well, their younger brothers are coming up. Rich Barella's a sophomore, and the younger Schumann is a sophomore, Colby Schumann. So, it's going to be more of the same for the next couple of years.
Yeah, both of these teams have good upcoming players. Adolfo going to be tough to replace, obviously, for Rigby, but a lot of good core upcoming players for these two teams.
1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 41, 1:25 to play first quarter. Here's Adolfo taking off on the quarterback keeper off the left side down to the 49. He slipped and fell and kind of slapped the ball in frustration as he popped back up because he could have ran for a lot more. Instead, it's a gain of 7.
Yeah, it was the safety Campbell Thomas coming up, number 15, to make the quote-unquote tackle after Adolfo had slipped. But, yeah, he was trying to put one more move on and get some more yards.
Final minute of the opening quarter, deadlocked at zeros. 2 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Adolfo sends Falavai in motion in the flat, and they'll throw it to him on the right side. Trying to find a block, and Highland's able to blow it up right at the line of scrimmage. In on the tackle that time for Highland along that perimeter. Looked like it was Campbell Thomas again, right? And then Campbell Thomas, and then also Lucas Barker.
Yeah, Lucas Barker did a good job. He got out there and initially got Falavai wrapped up around the thighs. Falavai couldn't break free, and then they finished him off. Great open field tackle.
Rigby has not been able to get those blocks out on the perimeter yet. Highland is doing a nice job shedding the blocks of their receivers. So 3rd and 3 officially. Hand off to Falavai, brought down at the 50. It'll be 4th and 1. Again, Highland surging in, and that time it was Sloan Lamson, the defensive tackle, making the tackle.
And this is the second drive in a row where they've been dropped, 4th and 2, now 4th and 1 on this drive. We'll see what they do here. Man, you got to go for it eventually, right?
Well, we'll take a break first because that's the final play of the first quarter. It's Highland 0, Rigby 0. A 4th and 1 awaits the Trojans when we start the second quarter of play.
Jab Construction LLC is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in the state championship. And Briggs Steel is a leading manufacturer of many metal products. They're a family-owned business with 4 generations of experience in the metal industry. They specialize in steel roofing, steel siding, metal siding, and trim. Briggs Steel stocks most colors and accessories for any steel roofing, metal roofing, or steel siding or metal siding project. They're locally owned and operate out of Rigby to serve you better. The team at Briggs Steel wants to wish the boys good luck in the championship. Idaho Drug in Rigby, a tradition in pharmacy since 1947, where your health is their priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or a gift for that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main Street for all your pharmacy and drugstore needs. They also offer free local delivery. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in the championship.
Start of the second quarter, a 4th and 1 for Rigby, now working left to right in this second quarter of action. Adolfo under center will sneak it and will get the first down. Gets it by a yard. He needed 1, he got 2.
Yeah, that big offensive line just moving the pile. Big number 63 in there for the Trojans. Dean Tauser, 6'3", 285, just pushing his man forward.
This is a great Rigby offensive line. We'll tell you who's up front after this next play. 1st and 10 from the Highland 48. Play action. Adolfo has time, slinging it wide open. Caught at the 45 far side. Coleman Lords, the 30, the 35, the 20. Gets a block, the 10, the 5, into the end zone for a Rigby touchdown. 48-yard strike from Adolfo to Coleman Lords.
And what a block downfield by Brady Packer. 12, he had him locked up for 20 yards. He had his defensive corner out there locked up, and he got the block just long enough to allow Lords to switch directions and get into the end zone.
So Rigby strikes early in the second quarter. 11:36 to play in the period, and Forrest Uminski on again for the point out, or not again, on for the first time tonight for the point after try as Adolfo finds a wide open Coleman Lords. The kick is through, and it's 7-0 Rigby. 11:36 to play before halftime.
Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions of the shoulder, elbow, hand and wrist, hip, knee, foot, ankle, and sports-related injuries. Please call for an appointment at 356-9550 or request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics in Rexburg is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. And Rise Realty, powered by Daiquiri Bernard Realty Group, is focused on providing you with a real estate experience unlike any other. Rise Realty has a team of professionals that will provide you with specialized knowledge and solutions for even the toughest deals. As the industry leader in innovation, Rise Realty's agents utilize new technologies that make the home buying or selling process a breeze, ensuring you have more time to catch all of the Rigby Trojans' victories. Go Trojans!
7-0 Rigby. A 48-yard touchdown pass from Tiger Adolfo to Coleman Lords. And now Uminski will kick off for Rigby. And Uminski says, hey, I got a pretty good leg too. Into the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 for Highland. Starting at their own 20, Rams working right to left in our second quarter.
You know, on that previous touchdown play, Lords, there was just some blown coverage. He was wide open. There was nobody out there on coverage for him, and then downfield, the good blocking just sprung him for that extra 20 yards into the end zone.
Yeah, it was almost an alignment issue because at least if a defensive back is out there, he's within range, but there was nobody within 10 yards of him.
No, the one man maybe that was supposed to be the corner, it looked like he just kind of got caught in no man's land, and they just threw it over his head to Lords.
1st and 10 for the Rams. Schumann in motion left to right this time. Whitmer out of a pistol. Will give on a counter, actually a draw play to Riddle, and it's blown up in the backfield. Charging through to make the stop for Rigby, Stone Kelly. Stone cold on the stop. I'm sure he gets that a lot.
I bet he does. Yeah, that was a great they got into the backfield on that little counter. They were not fooled at all, and he had nowhere to go but right into the arms of Stone Kelly.
So we talked about the Rigby defensive line on their last possession. This is a good linebacker group as well, right? Guys like Fredrickson and Hunter Neild and Stone Kelly, and this 3-4 defense that Rigby presents. Very difficult to score against. Rigby on average only allowed 17.5 points per game. 2nd and 13. Whitmer back to pass, a 5-wide formation. Throwing over the middle. It is sliding and caught at the 29-yard line by Barella right in the middle of the field. I thought initially he trapped it, but they will say he made the reception for a gain of 12 to make it 3rd and 1.
Yeah, that far side official had a great look at it as Barella was facing him, went down and got it. A nice catch and a very tough ball.
We talked about the versatility of Highland's offense. Whitmer, 4 completions to 4 different receivers so far tonight. It is 3rd and 1 for the Rams from their own 29-yard line. Needing a yard for the first down. Will keep it with Whitmer off the right side. Has it to the 33-yard line. Picks up 4.
Yeah, finally brought down as he dove forward by number 26, Connor Knighting, one of that linebacking core for the Trojans.
And Highland, meanwhile, pretty methodical on offense. You know, last week when they played Eagle, down 2 late, they got the ball with 4 minutes to go, and they ran the ball almost the entire way down and took the clock all the way down to zeros, where Hershey won it with the walk-off kick. So Highland used to being methodical on offense here. 9:40 to play before halftime. Quick pass completed to the far side, across the 40 to the 41-yard line. A nice reception on first down to Ezra Godfrey. That's his 2nd grab of the night, goes for 7.
And Hawks, the man out there in coverage, Zach Hawks, another linebacker for the Trojans. But a good pickup. I mean, that's a great pickup on first down.
9:36 to play here before halftime. 7-0 Rigby lead. Highland facing a 2nd and 3 from their own 41-yard line. 2 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Whitmer out of a pistol. Will fake the draw, keep it himself up the middle and across the 45 to the 46 for a first down. He gets 4 yards.
He is just a tough runner. He's really in a lot of traffic there as he cuts right up the middle on that far hash and gets it again enough for a first down. He's done that 3 times now.
This is kind of what Highland does. It's death by 1,000 cuts, right? They just dink and dunk you, and next thing you know, they're in the end zone.
Yeah, no big shots down the field. Even for Rigby, nobody's really taken a shot. I mean, even that pass to Lords on the touchdown wasn't a huge shot down the field.
Right, it was like a 10-yard pass, and then Lords did the rest. 1st and 10 for Highland from their own 46. They fake the handoff. Whitmer has time, fires a dart over the middle. It's caught at the 45-yard line by Jackson Schumann. Up to the Rigby 43 for a first down.
And in on that tackle, that time Hunter Neild tripped him up. But again, it looked like Whitmer was looking downfield. He didn't have the guys open, so he just, like you said, just a bullet right across the middle for a first down.
Gain of 11 to Schumann, the 5th different Highland Ram with a reception tonight in this first half. We're down to 8:40 to play before halftime. 7-0 Rigby lead. Highland 1st and 10 from the Rigby 43. 3 wide right, 1 to the left. Toss it to the right side. This is Parrish to the 40, the 35. Penalty flag comes out as Parrish reels off 9 yards, but it may be coming back.
Yeah, they might get a hold back there, but man, Parrish has a burst of speed. As soon as he saw that hole, he just took off, and it is going to be holding against Highland.
Highland has had a couple of key penalties that have really derailed some of their drives here in this first half.
Yeah, and this one hurts as that was a nice pickup from Parrish, and now it's 1st and long.
I guess the nice thing is the holding call occurred beyond the line of scrimmage, so we were looking at only 1st and 16.
You know, the Highland fans across the way, well, student section, the chant "take his whistle," which is more of a basketball thing. Shouldn't it be "take his flag"? I mean, the whistle doesn't do as much in this scenario.
That's true.
Come on, if you're going to do it, get it right.
Yeah, at least get your terminology correct. 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Play action fake, slant route caught at the 40-yard line. That is Fisher Anderson between 2 defenders again. And it's going to be 2nd down and roughly 8 for Highland.
That was a great catch by Anderson because he threw that hard. Whitmer slung that thing, and he went up. It was a little high, caught it in traffic, and still picked up a good yardage on it.
A gain of 9 officially to Fisher Anderson. Makes it 2nd and 7 for the Rams. Ball is at the 39-yard line of Rigby with 7:30 to play before halftime. A 7-0 Trojan lead. 3 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Schumann in motion, right to left now. Whitmer back to pass. Rigby on the blitz. Pass thrown a little too far in front of the receiver on the far side. Godfrey, as he dove for it at the 35, it's incomplete.
Yeah, it just wasn't quite on target. Had Godfrey caught it, he was probably going to be short of the first down anyways, but he was going to take a shot too had he been standing up. 2 Trojans bearing down on him.
I think Whitmer heard the footsteps that time as Rigby blitzed off the edge.
Got rid of it a little quicker than he wanted to.
So now it brings up a 3rd and 7 for Highland. Ball at the Rigby 39-yard line, trips to the left, tight end to the right. Whitmer out of the gun. Schumann in motion left to right with 7:18 to play before the half. Whitmer back to pass, feeling the heat. Down he goes, back at the 50-yard line. What a sack by Nick Van Gupo, the nose tackle.
Yeah, they just corralled Whitmer. There was nowhere for him to go. We talked about that as one of the keys to victory for Rigby, not letting him get out of the pocket. He didn't get out of the pocket, and they got the sack back at the 50.
So Walker with a sack, Van Gupo with a sack. That ends up losing 9 yards on that sack, and Highland will have to line up to punt once again. Ian Hershey to punt. Trevin Talbot stands at his own 10-yard line, ready to return. Hershey taking a long time on the rollout. Again, a great kick. Fair catch signaled. Highland trying to down it, and they save it at the 1. Oh my goodness, what a play for Highland. Rigby thought the first guy downfield touched it in the end zone. The official says he saved it. And again, it's Ridge Barella downing it at the 1.
Yeah, just a great play to down that all the way down inside the 1. It was awfully close. I mean, he was right there, but the official's right there looking at it, and he had no question downed it at the 1.
So 6:22 to play before halftime. A 7-0 Rigby lead. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Trojans from their own 1-yard line. You know, I haven't seen Rigby. I'm trying to remember. Besides QB sneaks and things like that, I don't think they've gone under center this year at all. It's been all out of the shotgun. So
we'll see what they do, because he's going to be 5 yards deep in his own end zone at least. What a great play on that kick. Perfectly placed again from Hershey. And they get down there. Great job by the coverage team. It all matters where the ball is, right?
That's right.
They did a good job of saving it.
Adolfo under center. Falavai the single set back. And QB sneaks trying to move it forward, but penalty flags for a false start.
Yeah, it looked like it. I mean, unless Highland jumped early.
Yeah, I think
it is offsides.
Oh, wow. That's now 4 penalties that really have cost Highland, because now Rigby, instead of from the 1, right, they get it all the way out to the 6. That's a lot of significant breathing room.
Yeah, there was a ton of movement on both sides, but it must have been Highland jumping first, and then the subsequent movement from Rigby. So, yeah, that's a big penalty, because that really gives you a little more breathing room.
Meanwhile, a late substitution for Rigby as Hunter Neild comes out onto the field. He's normally a linebacker. They bring him in as a blocking fullback sometimes. He didn't even have his helmet on when he came out. It is 1st and 5 from the Rigby 6-yard line now. 6:22 to play before halftime. Adolfo has Neild in motion right to left. Adolfo will take the snap, handoff to Falavai right side, trying to follow the block of Neild. And good second effort gets him up to the 10-yard line for a gain of 4. It'll be 2nd down and 1.
Now, I kind of lost Falavai in just the sea of humanity down there as everybody kind of bunched up, and he ended up at the 10-yard line. A nice, strong run from Falavai.
That Rigby offensive line so strong up front for the Trojans. It's Coulter Thomas at right tackle, Dion Tauser at right guard. The center is Cannon Coster. At left guard is Cody Neep. And then Talon Togiai and Damian Morales on the offensive tackles as well. 5:40 to play before halftime. 7-0 Rigby lead. 2nd and 1. Falivai breaks it to the outside. The 20, the 30, the 40, the 50, the 40, down the far sideline, the 30, and down at the Highland 25-yard line. That'll give him some breathing room.
A huge run by Falivai, finally chased down by that Highland defense, but he broke through that first line of defense, and there was nobody in the secondary.
That is a run of 67 yards for Zeke Falivai. And a Rigby first down at the Highland 23-yard line.
Falivai, he took a big hit at the end, and we do have an injured player for Highland as well, but Falivai a little hobbled just a bit coming off this side of the field. More and more people in Rigby are choosing Madison Memorial Hospital for themselves and for their families. Madison Memorial is a fundamental part of this community. Its Rigby roots go way back. In fact, many of the nurses and doctors and healthcare professionals who work at Madison Memorial today live right in Rigby. And they're big Trojan fans. Let me tell you, next time you or someone in your family needs state-of-the-art medical care that's close to home with a personal touch that comes from being staffed by your own Rigby neighbors, just go to Madison Memorial. You'll be so glad you did.
Hudson John, sophomore linebacker, helped up off the field for the Rams, hobbling on that right foot. So 1st and 10 for the Rigby Trojans. Ball is at the Highland 23, and I think you're right. Zeke Falivai not in there at running back. Looks like McCullough in there instead. Adolfo back to pass, taking a shot down the middle, wide open, Taylor Freeman! Welcome back, a 23-yard touchdown reception.
Taylor Freeman showing no issues with that right hand being all casted up. That was a bullet thrown on a post route from Adolfo, and Freeman snagged it with both hands.
An absolute laser delivered, and again, looked like a blown coverage as Freeman was wide open in the middle of the end zone. And that wasn't the first look for Adolfo. He was looking off to the flat and then saw that out of the corner of his eye and zipped it in there.
Yeah, that's Highland's going to have to address that because somehow he got wide open, like I said, right down the middle of the field.
Ominski's point after is good. 14-0 Rigby, 5:06 to play before halftime.
Fall River Propane serves all of the Upper Valley as well as Island Park with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry-trained and certified service staff offers more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves, and we install home comfort systems and on-demand propane water heaters. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out at fallriverpropane.com or call anytime at 1-800-632-5726. fallriverpropane.com. Experience the difference. And established in 2006, Bell Financial Group has the experience you need to make sure that you receive a loan option customized to you and your needs. Located at 1833 East 17th Street in Idaho Falls, their specialty is home mortgage loans offering many purchase and refinance options. While located in Southeast Idaho serving local communities, they also work with homeowners throughout the entire state. Thanks to their in-house processing and direct access with underwriters, Bell Financial Group is able to offer you quick turn times, same-day funding, and personalized local service. That's Bell Financial Group.
Uminski's kick goes through the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 for Highland from their own 20-yard line, working right to left here for the final 5:06 of this first half. And you feel like this is an important drive for Highland. They do get the ball to start the second half, down 2 scores. Important drive for the Ram offense here. 3 receivers right, Barella now in motion right to left. They will fake the handoff to Barella. Whitmer going deep over the middle. Parrish makes the catch at the the Highland 45-yard line to the 46 for a gain of 26 and a first down.
And Zeb Falivai was the man who hit him, and Parrish does a great job holding on to the football. He was stretched out. Falivai came in with a big swing, and he was able to hang on to it.
And again, Zabe Falivai a little bit dinged up in that secondary for the Trojans, but he is Rigby's best cover corner guy. 1st and 10, quarterback draw for Whitmer across the 50 and to the Rigby 46-yard line. That is a pickup of 8 to make it 2nd down and 2.
No, it really looks like Rigby should be able to get Whitmer on those runs, and he just kind of shifts left and right very smoothly and finds his way for, in this case, 8 yards.
It almost looks like at the end of the run, he's like kind of crouched down. He's really low to the ground. He's still upright, but he knows how to find those crevices, that's for sure. 2nd and 2 for Highland. 4 wide, 2 to either side. Whitmer back to pass. Looking right, now flushed out, rolling out right side, stepping up, trying to pick up what he can, and helicopter spun down right at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down and 2.
Yeah, I think it was number 26, Connor Knighting, that got a big hit on the legs, which spun him down like that. It was kind of an awkward way to go down for Whitmer.
Rigby fans wanted a holding call on Highland as Dusty Wright's entire jersey was ripped off the shoulder pad. He needed a teammate to help tuck that shoulder pad back inside the jersey. Yep. Generally speaking, that's a good indicator that
something happened that probably wasn't legal. Yes, often that's the case.
It's usually how that goes. 3rd down and 2 for Highland. 3:30 to play before halftime. Ball at the Rigby 46. Whitmer out of a shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the left. Varela now in motion left to right. They will fake it. The handoff, quarterback keeper for Whitmer. He didn't get there. He's a yard shy. It's 4th and 1.
And I couldn't tell whether he got tripped up or if he dove short, but he must have got tripped up. I know he knew where he needed to get to, but like I said, they end up a yard short. You got to go for it here if you're Highland late in the half.
Definitely. It's 4th and inches for the Rams. We're down to 3 minutes to play before halftime. 14-0 Rigby lead. And again, Rigby looking for another big stop defensively. 2 receivers right, single receiver to the left. Whitmer out of the gun on 4th and inches. High snap, gets it down, option play right side, has the first down, but a penalty flag comes out on the far side.
And you got to think this is going to be a holding penalty on that outside edge. If it is, it's going to be 4th and almost 11.
I'm wondering if it was even a false start on the receiver out on the perimeter. There wasn't anybody out there for him to block. We will await the call from our head official. A personal foul against Rigby. Okay, they didn't indicate that it was a helmet-to-helmet hit or a face mask or anything like that. So it leads me to believe it was something that was said possibly.
Yeah, I don't know. It came in still during play, so I have no idea. That's kind of odd. Like I said, they didn't indicate what it was. Right. Normally, if it was something said, maybe it'd be more of an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, but
a personal foul against Rigby gives Highland new life. It's 1st and 10 for the Rams now. Ball at the Rigby 26-yard line.
Maybe a late hit or something late after the play.
And I don't hear the Rigby fans booing, so can't be too upset. Here's a home run shot to the end zone, just beyond the outstretched fingertips of Colton Sneddon, the tight end. First time they've looked his way tonight. Tried to go to the near corner of the end zone and just overreached him.
Yeah, it was, again, Zabe Falavai that was in coverage there. They had him one-on-one. Falavai, as you mentioned, their best cover corner out there, and he did a good job on that play, staying right with him.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10 now for the Rams. Ball still at the Rigby 26-yard line with 2:21 to play before halftime. Trailing 14-0. 3 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Whitmer back to pass. Rigby on the blitz. It's a draw play to Jackson Riddle across the 20. And down to the 17-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and short.
Yeah, that's one we haven't seen too often from Highland, that play call there, and it was very well drawn up. Just enough delay there, and Riddle had some good room to run right up the middle.
Yeah, really counteracted that blitz that time, right?
Yeah, the blitz came too far upfield and left a lot of running room.
1:50 to play before halftime. 3rd and 1 for Highland at the Rigby 17-yard line. Whitmer pitches out right side. It's fumbled at the 20. Diving for it. And I think Highland got back on top of it. Back at the 25-yard line. Whitmer, the quarterback, fell back on top of it. A dangerous pitch out there. It is fumbled. Ends up losing 9 yards. I guess technically 8. But now it's 4th and 9 for Highland. And they'll line up for an Ian Hershey field goal here.
Well, and I didn't even think, it didn't look like the man receiving the pitch was ready for it. It didn't look like a bad pitch, but it looked like it hit him in the pads and bounced off. Whitmer lucky to get on it because it was him and about 6 Rigby players that were diving on that football.
Yeah, ball back at the 25-yard line. Now this is a 42-yard field goal try for Ian Hershey. He was wide left from 49 yards the first time tonight. And a timeout taken by Rigby. They want to ice the kicker here with 57 seconds to play before halftime.
Scotty's True Value and CarQuest is dedicated to providing you with great customer service and a wide variety of products unmatched to help take care of your every hardware, automotive, and weekend project need. We're located at 201 South State Street in beautiful downtown Rigby, Idaho. Give us a call at 745-6498 or visit them online at truevalue.com/Scotties. And let us take care of you the hometown way. Scotty's True Value is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Go Trojans. And Rain in Style is proud to be a sponsor of all high school sports. Rain in Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animal stand out in a crowd. Use coupon code IdahoSports with your order and get 10% off. Whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful color tack for your horse, or a cool gift or decor item for you, Rain in Style can help you out.
Hershey, 42-yard field goal on the way. Plenty of distance. And right down Broadway, and Highland on the board with 53 seconds to play before halftime. It's now 14-3.
Yeah, and that's points Highland really needed. Would have liked the touchdown, obviously, but we talked about it. One of those keys to victory. They can't get down. And right now, they were down 2 scores. They'll bring it a little closer, just down 11 going into halftime, theoretically.
It's kind of a double-edged sword, Lauren, right? It's been really fun to watch the heroics of Ian Hershey these last couple of games in the playoffs with all of these clutch kicks. But in the back of my mind, I keep thinking, that means those are drives that Highland didn't cash in on. And eventually, you would think not getting touchdowns and settling for field goals might get them in trouble. Now, it hasn't yet, right? They're all the way in the championship game, but you know, Rigby scored 2 touchdowns. Highland's only gotten a field goal. Big difference.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You don't want the stat line to show, oh, well, he hit 6 field goals. Well, that's only 18 points and 6 drives that you didn't capitalize on, theoretically. Now, you're not going to be able to capitalize on everything, but you've got to put some touchdowns in the end zone.
Hershey, touchback. 1st and 10 for Rigby from their own 20.
Rain in Style. We were talking about them earlier. They're conveniently located in Boise, and products are custom made to your needs. Just log on to Rain in Style. It's REIN instyle.com. Grab life by the reins and play hard tonight.
It is the holiday season, right? Christmas is going to be here before we know it. Thanksgiving next week. And as you're shopping for your loved ones this year, remember all of our great local businesses here in the state of Idaho, right? So many great local businesses that help support these broadcasts and make them possible on IdahoSports.com. 1st and 10 for Rigby, 53 seconds to go before halftime. They have no timeouts remaining here, so we'll see what they decide to do. It's going to be a shovel pass underneath, an underhanded toss to Falavai. Made a man miss at the 25, breaks it to the outside, left side across the 30 to the 31-yard line, a gain of 11 and a first down.
It almost wasn't even a shovel pass. It was just like an underhand toss.
Yeah, here you go.
Soft toss. Another, looked like, who is that hurt over there? Number 2, that's Parrish. Kind of got rolled up on, I think.
Yeah, and that's interesting that he was out there on defense.
Maybe I saw his jersey was kind of rolled up. Maybe it wasn't Parrish.
11 yards to Falavai. 1st and 10 from the 31. Adolfo going to take off and run for what he can. He's brought down at the 34. Gain of just 3. Clock continues to roll with 25 seconds to play before halftime. And Rigby will let the clock roll here. We may just take it down to halftime. We'll see.
Yeah, no need to snap it if they decide not to.
14-3 Rigby lead, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. And maybe run one play here before halftime. Let Adolfo throw it deep, see what happens.
They're going to have to hurry.
They'll take the snap. Hail Mary time. Adolfo in trouble and sacked back at the 29-yard line. Cody Colvin breaking through for the second time tonight, and that is how the first half ends.
And they had Lords again. They had one guy covering 2 out here, so again, it's a blown coverage by Highland. They just couldn't get it to Lords down the field.
So it is halftime, 14-3, Rigby leading at the break.
Kulak CrossFit in Pocatello is Southeast Idaho's largest and most diverse strength and conditioning training facility. CrossFit is safe and effective functional fitness training that will help you reach your goals, whether that be weight loss, strength gains, or increasing speed and agility. Besides group fitness classes, they offer personal, one-on-one training as well as customized sport-specific training and agility training for youth athletes. They even use an app to track your progress. Sign in for classes and view the daily workout. With minimal contract requirements and extremely affordable pricing, Kulak CrossFit is sure to be a great fit for you. Find out more at kulakcrossfit.com. That's Kulak CrossFit.com. Or you can call them at 251-2905. Owners Troy and Jamie Bell are huge supporters of the Highland Rams and all the student athletes in Pocatello.
Halftime inside Holt Arena as we are met with a cacophony of sound. 14-3, Rigby with the lead at halftime. We'll be back with the halftime show in just a moment. You're listening to the 2021 Idaho High School State Football Championships and the 5A Championship game on IdahoSports.com.
I can't believe we have to make this commercial.
It's ridiculous.
You'll think it's ridiculous too. Listen to this.
This commercial is about, well, it's about parents being rude at high school athletic events.
Ridiculous, right?
It gets worse. Studies show more than 75% of new high school officials are quitting because of bad adult behavior.
So now there's a shortage of refs here in Idaho, in almost all sports.
No officials means no more games.
Is that what you want for us?
Come on, parents.
It's time to grow up.
Cheer for your team.
Be proud of your children.
But stop being so ridiculous.
And don't make us run another commercial.
Because we will.
This message presented by the Idaho High School Activities Association and the Idaho Athletic Administrators Association, reminding you to always practice good sportsmanship.
You've heard it before. There is no I in team, but there is an I in dairy. Dairy foods are a great source of protein, which is vital for helping rebuild and repair muscles after exercise, so your body can be at the top of its game at your next competition. So grab some milk, cheese, or yogurt after you work out, train, or play. Yes, it's true. There is no I in team, but there is an I in win. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
Dear Exit Strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
We're Valley-wide cooperative. For 100 years, we've been your first choice for residential and commercial propane, fuels, oils, and lubricants. We service HVAC, install water heaters, propane tanks, and accessories. And yes, We'll even deliver right where you need it. Because for us, serving is more than a job, it's a way of life. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're Valleywide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
Perform, refuel, recover, repeat. It's the recipe for success in any kind of sport, and dairy can be a key ingredient in every one of those steps. Dairy foods supply your body with high-quality protein to rebuild and repair muscle, carbohydrates to help you refuel, and fluid and electrolytes to help you rehydrate. So your personal recipe for greatness can be perform, win, repeat. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process, is readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
It's not a secret that finding a new car this year is a little tricky. Between chip shortages and supply problems, there's more reasons than ever to come to our no-problem dealerships when you need a new car or truck. Our acquisitions team works hard to make sure that we have a great selection of vehicles to choose from, and our easy-to-buy, easy-to-do business with sales team is ready to deliver the same great value price that we've had for nearly 20 years. Teton Toyota, where it's always no problem to buy and service your car.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
Scott here from Teton Honda in Pocatello. Our dealership operates on a no-problem philosophy that's designed to put you in charge of your next vehicle purchase. Prefer to shop online? No problem. Evenings or weekends? No problem. Need a wide range of financing and leasing options? No problem. So whether it's one of our beautiful new Hondas or just a vehicle that's new to you, at Teton Honda, we'll help you find the perfect vehicle for your needs. Experience car buying like never before at Pocatello's only no-problem dealership.
It is halftime inside Holtz Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. And at the halftime break of the 5A championship game, old familiar friends, Rigby and Highland, it is the Trojans leading at halftime 14-3. It was a defensive-oriented first half, Lauren. We were scoreless pretty much through the entire first quarter of action. And then Rigby got 2 touchdown passes in the second quarter to really take control of the game.
Yeah, and both, and we've seen a little bit of a problem in Highland's coverage, but both of them pretty much on blown coverage. You know, Freeman open on the second one right down the middle of the field. Lords was wide open, and even here late when Adolfo got sacked, there was some coverage issues as well. So yeah, mostly the defense was awesome. then late, some blown coverages.
Yeah, it all started in the first quarter. Highland marched down, a drive fizzled out. They brought out Ian Hershey for a 49-yard field goal. He pushed it wide left, and that left us at zeros at the end of one. Then, 20 seconds into the second quarter, Tiger Adolfo throws that 48-yard touchdown pass to Coleman Lords. Really, it was about a 10-yard pass, and then Lords took it the rest of the way for the touchdown. Forrest Duminski hit the PAT to make it 7-0 Rigby with 11:36 to play second quarter. Highland again can't convert. A drive fizzles out. Rigby gets the ball back. Adolfo finds Taylor Freeman wide open in the back of the end zone for a 23-yard touchdown to make it 14-0 Rigby. 5:06 to play before halftime, and then a late drive by Highland again kind of fizzles out. They bring out Ian Hershey for the 42-yard field goal. He makes it to make it 14-3 at halftime. You feel like Highland is going to have to start converting on some of these drives, and not just with field goals.
Yeah, they need to get the ball into the end zone, and Rigby, they're scoring touchdowns, and Highland's kicking field goals. Even if they make all of them, it's not going to add up. And so they've got to find a way to get that ball into the end zone to draw closer to Rigby. If they can get within range, then Ian Hershey becomes a factor.
First half stats for Rigby: 84 yards on the ground, 100 yards through the air. Pretty good balance. That's 184 yards of total offense. Highland not too far off. 52 yards on the ground, 87 through the air, 139 yards of total offense. But it's kind of like a lot of empty calories, right? A lot of yardage, but not much to show for it.
Yeah, everything within the middle of the field. They haven't made a trip into the red zone yet. They haven't got it within the 20. And they've forced Rigby into some bad field position with great punting from Hershey, but then penalties have kind of hurt them as well.
Yeah, penalties have undone a couple of drives for Highland. Individually for Rigby, Zeke Falavai leading the way, 7 carries for 83 yards, but a lot of that came on one run. He had the 67-yard run. Tiger Adolfo, 5 carries for 1 yard, and that's because of a couple of sacks from Highland. But Adolfo in the passing game has really shined. 7 of 8, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. That is a great performance.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you only miss one throw and a half, that's not bad. And I don't even remember that throw. The ones you remember, the 2 big touchdowns.
Right. It was a screen pass. It was that one he short
that's right.
on the screen.
Yeah, it wasn't even a down-the-field throw.
Yeah, it was a short one. So leading receiver Coleman Lords, 3 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Taylor Freeman back from that wrist injury, playing with that cast. 1 catch for 23 yards and a touchdown. Zeke Falavai has 2 catches for 11 yards, and it's Sam Coons, 1 catch for 7 yards. For Highland, rushing, Eli Parrish, 32 yards, only on 2 carries. And this is something that I've struggled to understand this year, is Highland has success with Parrish, and then they kind of get away from it. I mean, 2 carries for 32 yards. We'll see if they adjust that in the second half, but it is a head-scratcher to be sure. Jackson Riddle, 3 carries for 8 yards. Jack Whitmer, 8 carries for 8 yards because of a couple of sacks from Rigby. And Raymond Barella has 1 carry for 4 yards. Jack Whitmer, 8 of 12 through the air, 87 yards. His leading receiver is Eli Parrish, 2 catches for 39 yards. After that, it is Ezra Godfrey, 2 catches for 13 yards. Fisher Anderson has 2 catches for 12 yards. Raymond Barella, 1 catch for 12 yards. And Jackson Schumann, 1 catch for 11 yards.
And when I hear those stats as far as the rushing stats and things, that's exactly what Rigby said they wanted to do with Whitmer, is make him throw the ball. And he's rushed it, and he's picked up some first downs, like you mentioned, but Parrish is back there. Maybe they need to get Parrish running the ball more, like you mentioned. Obviously that looks good, two rushes for 32 yards, but maybe if he was handling it 10, 12 times and a half, maybe he'd have 100 yards at this point.
Well, and 2 catches for 39 yards as well. So he is the big play. He's the only guy in this offense really in the first half that really had an impact for Highland. Let's revisit our keys to victory for both sides. Let's start with Rigby, since they're the team that's leading at halftime. The Rigby keys to victory brought to you by Madison Memorial Hospital. Key number 1, turnovers are bad. Well, they've avoided that in the first half, right?
Yeah, they haven't turned the ball over, and I mean, they're doing good with 1. They haven't done anything. Even when they've been in bad field position, they haven't forced things and made bad mistakes. So they're doing well on number 1.
Key number 2, hamstring the Hog Mollies. I'd give it an incomplete at this point, right? They've ran the ball well, but they've also given up a couple of sacks.
Yeah, that's a good justification there, where things have happened on both sides of the ball. They've done okay. They have scored, and they've kind of helped control the line of scrimmage for their rush game a little bit, but they've given up some sacks, as you said.
Key number 3, make the quarterback throw. This is Highland's quarterback, A+, right?
Yeah, they're making Whitmer throw. That was their game plan. They wanted him to throw the ball. He has had some success throwing it, but it hasn't led to anything. And so they're doing what they want to do, and their defense is holding them, to short gains or in the middle of the football field.
Yeah, only 87 yards passing, so it's not like any big plays, certainly. Those are the Rigby keys to victory, brought to you by Madison Memorial Hospital. I'd say a solid B+ in that first half for the Trojans. What about Highland? The Highland keys to victory tonight. Number 1, cage the Tiger. Now, they've done that in terms of rushing, right? Adolfo hasn't been able to get outside like he's wanted to, but 7 of 8 passing. So, again, I'd say like a C or an incomplete here.
Yeah, he's stayed in the cage, but the door's been wide open, and he's been able to throw the ball downfield. And so he's been there. They've got to get to him. That's the thing. They need to close that door. They've got to get to him.
More consistent pass rush in the second half. Key number 2, don't get down. That's an F.
Yeah, down 2 scores. Obviously they got that late field goal, but you've got to stay within striking distance if you are Highland. This is a high-scoring Rigby offense, and Highland, you got to keep pace. If you get down too much, it'll be over before you know it.
Key number 3, get in range. They've done that a couple of times tonight, but Hershey only 1 of 2. So, again, I'd give that like a C.
Yeah, and that's kind of a double meaning there. They've got to not get down. They've got to get in range, meaning on the scoreboard, too. They've got to stay close. Otherwise, even with Hershey getting into range, if you're down 14, if you're down 21, 3 points doesn't mean a whole lot.
Good news, bad news for the Highland Rams as we wrap up their keys to victory in the quarterfinal round. The good news, they were down to Rocky Mountain 21-3 and came back. The bad news, Rigby's a lot better than Rocky Mountain.
Yeah, and that's, and they're closer, obviously, in this game at halftime, but you could easily be down 21-3 if Rigby scores again here early in the third quarter.
So we will get ready for the third quarter of action. More good news for Highland is they will receive the ball to start this second half of play.
Lava Hot Springs is your destination for a relaxing day away from it all. Just 10 minutes from McCammon and I-15. They're open daily from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m., 11 p.m. on Friday and Saturday, and are happily welcoming visitors to sit and enjoy their world-famous hot pools. The all-natural geothermal hot springs are always a warm 102 to 112 degrees. Their indoor aquatic center is open for the fall season on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and they offer kiddie splash time on Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Lava Hot Springs is taking extra precautions to ensure your safety at this time and ask patrons to be respectful of others as you come and soak away all your worries. Check out lavahot.springs.com for more information.
Damian Walker and Nick Fangupo each with a sack in the first half for Rigby. Cody Colvin with 2 sacks for Highland in a defensive slugfest here, 14-3. Rigby leading as we begin the third quarter of action. And Rigby will be receiving. Did I misremember that? I guess Rigby did kick off, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you could have said something.
Sorry, I thought that you were right. Because that's usually the way it is, Brandon. I'm usually wrong, so I just didn't want to second guess you.
Try to butter me up. I see what you did there. Rigby returns it out to the 24-yard line, where now for Highland, now you really got to get a stop defensively, down 14-3.
Yeah, like you mentioned, they were down 21-3 in against Eagle. Is that against Eagle?
Rocky Mountain.
Rocky Mountain, excuse me. And so again, if Rigby scores here, they're right back in that same position, down 21-3 in the second half.
Now, part of that comeback effort was Colton George forcing a fumble for the Rams. They have no takeaways yet tonight. 1st and 10 from the 26. Tiger Adolfo across the 25 and to the 27-yard line, a pickup of 2.
Tell you what, Adolfo is just not used to running on turf, is what it looks like. That's 2 or 3 times now that he's tried to make a cut and just had his feet slip out from underneath him.
He's what we call a mudder. He loves the mud.
That's right.
He loves
sink into that stuff and get some good footing.
Yeah, 2nd and 8 now for Rigby. Two receivers left, single receiver right. Adolfo over the middle. Lords wide open as he was falling to the ground. Made the catch at the 49-yard line. Lords kind of stumbled out of the blocks like a sprinter and somehow kept himself upright enough to make the grab.
Yeah, and if he'd have stayed on his feet, that would have been a touchdown because he got behind the secondary again. But, yeah, you're right. He stumbled and catches it all as he's falling to the turf.
21 yards to Coleman Lords. It's 1st and 10 for Rigby from the 47-yard line, their own 47. Rigby working right to left in this third quarter of action. 10:45 to play in the third. Trojans leading 14-3. Four wide receivers to the right side. Tailback to the right as well. Adolfo keeps it. They fake the handoff to Falavai. About three guys tackled him. Meanwhile, Adolfo takes it across the 50 to the Highland 48.
Tell you what, that's the worst if you're Falavai. You get tackled and you don't even have the ball.
Right? Them's the breaks.
I guess that's what happens when you're a good running back.
Yeah, you have a lot of respect from the defense. Gain of 5 for Adolfo on that keeper. 2nd and 5 for Rigby. Ball at the Highland 48. 10-10 to play in the third. Rigby putting together a nice opening drive to start this third quarter. Three receivers to the right. Condanzi, the tight end, in motion left to right. Adolfo going to sling it to Danzig in the flat. Caught at the 45, the 40, still going. Penalty flag in on the end of the play as Danzig takes it to the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and that's either going to be a block in the back or a hold, I'm guessing. Well, maybe offensive pass interference. No, it is holding.
Yeah. They did run kind of, it looked like one of those pick plays.
Yeah.
So holding against Rigby will wipe it out.
Just came in all the way from the back judge. So it was out on the outside, a big holding penalty. You know, not the worst one. I guess you're going to be at 2nd and 14? No, 2nd and 12.
Right. 9:57 to play, third quarter. Friendly reminder, right, this is an audio-only broadcast on IdahoSports.com, but if you want to see highlights of all of these great plays, these wide-open pass coverages for Rigby in the passing game, like and follow the Idaho Sports Instagram account because we're sharing all of these big plays on our stories. So just go to Instagram, like and follow the Idaho Sports account to see all of these great plays that we have expertly been describing, Lauren.
Yeah, I mean, they can pretty much see him just by your description. That's true.
2nd and 12. Adolfo keeping on the perimeter. Brought down in the backfield. Loss of a couple.
Now that's number 11, Colton George, on another tackle for loss for him.
Colton George, the younger brother of Logan George, who was such a great defensive end for Highland last year, along with Luke Togiai on that defensive front for the Rams. Both those guys are gone, though.
And Colton George, just a sophomore. So a couple extra years of play here for him still.
So Adolfo loses 2. It's now 3rd and 14. Adolfo back to pass, feeling the heat, will step up, and at the last moment, kind of like a pitch to Danzig, the tight end, takes it to the Highland 45-yard line where it will be 4th down and 2, but a gain of 12 on the pitch to Danzig over the middle.
Yeah, it was a 6 or 7 yard pitch too. It wasn't just a little dump off. He threw it with some gusto there to Danzig. That nice play from Adolfo.
That is Condanzi's first catch of the night. One of the kids in the student section was holding up a sign pointing to the crowd, "Shh, we're on offense."
And he has it turned correctly back to his fan base, so kudos to him.
I just love the passion from both of these fan bases here. Highland fans making noise, Rigby fans, of course, in full force as well, as Holt Arena is packed tonight. And Rigby having to spend another early timeout here with 8:02 to play in the third, leading 14-3, facing a 4th down and 2.
For all your commercial, John Deere new and used agricultural equipment, choose C&B Operations, Eastern Idaho's premier John Deere dealership. Visit C&B Operations at 1102 West Bridge Street in Blackfoot for all your equipment needs, or visit them online at deerequipment.com. It's DEEREQUIPMENT.com. C&B Operations in Blackfoot is a proud supporter of the student athletes and wants to wish them good luck in state championship. And Avail Valley Construction, one of the premier horizontal construction companies in the Intermountain West. They specialize in all types of construction, including commercial, residential, and municipal projects. Avail Valley Construction takes pride in their expertise and ability to complete quality projects in a timely manner and within budget. Their years of experience and local reputation deliver above the expectations of their customers with every project they undertake. Visit availvalley.com. That's A-V-A-I-L Valley.com for more information. Avail Valley Construction wants to wish the Rigby boys good luck.
Out of the timeout, Rigby facing a 4th and 2 at the Highland 45-yard line, leading 14-3 with 8:02 to play in the third. Adolfo in the play blown dead on a false start.
Yeah, the man in motion was moving sideways and started going forward too quickly.
Yeah, that was Coleman Lords in the slot, and then Falavai in the backfield kind of leaned forward a little bit as well in anticipation of the play.
You know, and you may have seen it last week, the play where Adolfo scored. You saw Falavai falling forward a little bit. You saw the official reach for the flag and then didn't throw it. That was kind of going around social media a little bit. That time they got him.
Yeah, I would say the official knows what makes a good story and wanted to.
Well, and it's hard because at least the video I saw, it was in slow motion.
Yes,
it's a lot easier to see in that scenario.
Definitely. 4th and 7. It's going to be another quick kick from Rigby's Tiger Adolfo down inside the 5, and Rigby will down it at the 1-yard line. Turnabout fair play. Highland did that earlier tonight, and it's Taylor Freeman sprinting downfield to down it at the 1.
Yeah, just a great punt. Took a nice bounce and then started heading sideways so that Freeman can track it down. And they pin Highland here, so a long ways to go. Down 14-3 still.
Rigby says, why don't you see how you like that, Highland? 1st and 10 from their own 1 with 7:52 to play in the third. Highland working left to right here in this third quarter of action.
See if Rigby obliges with an offsides penalty to get him out of the shadows of their own goalposts.
Whitmer out of a shotgun here. 3 receivers right, single receiver left. Everybody in the end zone, even the offensive tackles. Head off up the middle to Parrish, and Parrish gets a yard. That's it. Nick Fangupo, Damian Walker leading the charge up front for Rigby that time.
Yeah, he got out of the end zone. Maybe, did he pick up? Looks like he picked up a yard, so give him a little more room to run.
That's going to hurt the old average.
Yeah.
He had 2 carries for 32 yards, and now he's got 3 for 33. Dropped from 16 to 11.
That's a big drop.
Yeah.
11's still pretty good, though.
Yeah, that's still, you're doing just fine. 2nd and 9 for the Rams from their own 2. And again, almost everybody in the end zone. 3 receivers to the right side, tight end to the left. Hand off to Jackson Riddle. He's popped. Oh, my goodness. Jackson Riddle, meet Nick Fangupo.
Yeah, just a huge hit. Dropped him immediately for no gain. And now Highland needs to get something downfield a little bit just to give, even if they have to punt it away, just to give Hershey a little more room.
They will officially give Riddle 1 yard. They say, all right, for your troubles, we'll give you a yard. 3rd and 8, Highland going to have to pass, and boy, Rigby had a misalignment. Head coach Armando Gonzalez not happy. There was some sort of misalignment, and now Rigby has to spend their 2nd time out of the half with 6:38 to play in the third.
Yeah, I think they had an extra guy on the field as they were trying to get everybody in the right position.
Yeah.
Taylor Chevrolet is proud to support Rigby Athletics. Taylor Chevrolet has been serving the Upper Valley for over 90 years with excellent service and a stellar sales team. Taylor Chevrolet is the home of oil changes for life. That's right. Buy any new or used vehicle and never worry about your oil again. Taylor Chevrolet is your Southeast Idaho auto leader with a wide selection of Chevrolet, Buick, and Cadillac models. Come in today and get the vehicle you want with oil changes for life. Stop by their Rexburg location or visit their website at taylorchev.com. And Jab Construction LLC is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in the state championship.
6:38 to play in the third, 14-3 Rigby. 3rd and 8 for Highland from their own 3. 5 wide, Schumann in motion left to right. 4 to the short side of the field. Whitmer steps up over the middle, throws behind his man. Godfrey incomplete, 4th down.
They had Godfrey. I don't know that Godfrey would have picked up the 1st down, but they would have picked up about 5 yards. And now Hershey's going to be lined up on his own back of his end zone.
And you talk about, down 14-3. We're at 6:34 of the third quarter. This game has gotten really short all of a sudden.
Yeah, just a quarter and a half left at this point, and up to this point, Highland just hasn't been able to move the football.
Hershey will punt, standing literally right in front of the back of his own end zone. Hershey going to uncork this kick. Will take a bounce and a Highland roll. It is picked up by Talbot at his own 44-yard line. Risky pickup there, and Talbot only gets a yard on the return to the 45.
Yeah, very risky as he had a coverage man bearing down on him, and it took a couple quick bounces right to him. He bobbled it just for a moment. Probably would have been better served to let it go. And that's exactly what head coach Armando Gonzalez is telling him, to get out of the way.
You can't say this. Armando Gonzalez has passion. I mean, he wears it on his sleeve, and he would do anything for his team. And from the highest of highs to all of the emotions and feelings, he wears it, and you can see it. And I love the passion that he shows. Gino Mariani, Highlands coach, a little more reserved, a little more calm, cool, and collected. But, man, both these coaches have won a lot of ball games.
Yeah, a little different styles, but a lot of success between them.
1st and 10 for Rigby from their own 44. Play action. Adolfo going up top for Freeman. It is off his fingertips at the 20-yard line.
Just overthrown.
And that actually was Sam Coons.
Yeah, I was looking for the club out there trying to catch that ball, and like I said, it was Coons, but just a little more air under that, and Coons runs under it for a touchdown.
Yeah, these Rigby receivers are tough to differentiate because
they're all about the same size.
Well, and they all wear numbers in the teens,
yeah,
right?
That's true, too, yeah.
Coons is 16. Freeman is 14. Brady Packer is 12. Nakeedon Foster is 13. I mean, it's tough. 2nd and 10 for Rigby from their own 44. Read option play. Adolfo got slammed and is able to bounce his way out of it. Cutting back against the grain to the Highland 45-yard line. A stiff arm to the 41. He says, get out of my way. He absolutely laid the stiff arm on Jackson Sabuma on the perimeter. What a run for Tiger Adolfo and a first down.
As one of the Rigby fans chucked one of their little noise makers, these sticks that have lights in them. One of them ended up down on the sideline, maybe a yard out onto the field. They're going to have to be careful.
That was a read option play, and Falavai got smacked immediately, and Adolfo somehow got away from it, cut back against the grain, and picks up 16 yards on that scramble. So 1st and 10 for Rigby. Ball at the Highland 40. 6:05 to play in the third. 4 receivers to the right side. They'll fake the handoff. Adolfo rolling out, taking another deep shot, looking for his man Lords. It's broken up. Adam Jones in coverage on that far sideline for Highland. It's 3rd down.
And the ball got through. Maybe it got tipped right before it got to Lords, but just enough of a distraction. It went through the hands. Pretty good coverage out there that time by Godfrey. Excuse me, it's Adam Jones. Yep. My mistake.
Adam Jones is the best cover guy on this Highland team, and so 2nd and 10 for Rigby following the incomplete pass. Adam Jones started his career at Pocatello High School and then transferred to Highland during his sophomore season. 2nd and 10 now for the Trojans. Handoff to Falavai up the middle, and Zeke Falavai still going across the 35 down to the 34. A gain of 6. He'll bring up 3rd and 4.
And that was Cody Colvin. He's been a little quiet since that first quarter as far as the number of tackles. That time he's able to drive Falavai sideways and get him down to the turf.
Yeah, he did. He had the big sack right before halftime as Rigby was trying to Hail Mary, but outside of that, has been a quiet night. 3rd and 4 for Rigby from the Highland 34. Quarterback keeper Adolfo lunging, still going inside the 20, down to the 15-yard line for a first down.
And his lineman, that was number 60, was getting ready to push him from behind. That's number 60,
Coulter Thomas.
And then when he realized he'd broken free, he almost held him back up and then let him go.
Adolfo is so slippery. You think you've got him bottled up, and next thing you know, he's into the secondary. 1st and 10 for Rigby. Ball at the Highland 15-yard line following a 19-yard run by Adolfo. 4:55 to play in the third. 3 receivers to the right. Low snap. Adolfo Fakes the handoff, now fakes the pitch out, takes it up the middle, into the end zone, 15 yards for a Rigby touchdown.
And he absolutely left Lucas Barker in his shorts. He just faked right, and Barker froze, and Adolfo walked into the end zone untouched. What a move by Tiger Adolfo.
2 fakes on the play. They faked the handoff to Falavai going left. Adolfo took off right, faked the pitch out. I don't know that anybody was there to receive the pitch. And he just shoot right up the middle of the field. What a run. Rominski now for the point after try with 4:47 to go. In the third, he's got it. 21-3 Trojans.
And this is exactly what we talked about. Rigby coming down and scoring and pushing this to a 3-score lead. Bringhurst Family Dentistry offers affordable, complete dental care for your whole family and has been serving Pocatello for over 40 years. New patients are always welcome and emergency care is available. They'll take care of you and your family. Areas that they can help with include professional teeth whitening, implants, bridges, braces, extractions, and dentures. Bringhurst Family Dentistry is located at 1175 Call Place, Suite 200 in Pocatello. You can also call them at 232-1260, Bringhurst Family Dentistry. And Idaho Drug in Rigby is a tradition in pharmacy since 1947 where your health is their priority. Whether you need a prescription refilled on their mobile app or a gift for that special someone, visit Idaho Drug at 139 East Main Street for all your pharmacy and drugstore needs. They also offer free local delivery. Idaho Drug is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics and wants to wish the boys good luck in the state championship.
Another kickoff here for the Trojans and another touchback. 1st and 10 for Highland from their own 20. Well, we talked about it. Highland trailed Rocky Mountain 21-3. Can they climb that mountain again?
Yeah, they're only going to have 16 minutes and 47 seconds to do it as we're over halfway through this third quarter. And thus far, they just haven't been able to get the offense going. Haven't been in the red zone yet throughout this game.
Meanwhile, up north in the Kibbe Dome in Moscow, the 4A championship game in the fourth quarter, Skyline holding a 20-6 lead over Sandpoint. Keep an eye on that one. Ryan Skaggs and Jason Hansen on the call for that game on IdahoSports.com. 1st and 10, 5 wide. Screen pass out to the far side. Caught at the 20, the 25, and out of bounds at the 27-yard line. On the tackle was Zabe Falavai for Rigby, and it looked like Raymond Barella on the reception.
Yeah, Falavai did a good job driving him out of bounds. And Rigby wanted a block in the back on the initial man coming through, but they just kind of got tangled up and both went down to the turf.
4:40 to play in the third. 21-3, Rigby leading. Highland has a 2nd and 3 from their own 27-yard line. Highland working left to right here in this third quarter of action. Again, 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Whitmer takes the snap, another screen. Barella caught on the far side, has the first down across the 30. And again, we talked about Rigby wanting to make Highland one-dimensional and pass the ball. Down 21-3, that's exactly what Highland has to do.
Yeah, they've got to still mix in the run a little bit, but they need to move the ball down the field quickly. That time they were able to get out of bounds, pick up the first down. A nice play there to get the clock stopped.
Back-to-back screens to Barella. Pick up 11 yards in total. 1st and 10 for Highland now from their own 31. 4:35 to play in the third. 3 receivers right, single receiver left, tailback on the right hip of Whitmer out of the gun. Whitmer, handoff up the middle, Jackson Riddle across the 35 to the 37. That unintentionally rhymed, Riddle up the middle. For just a little.
A good pick up there, 7. I couldn't think of any other things that rhymed, so I just gave up. But
I feel like it's Happy Gilmore. Later we can cook some flapjacks on the griddle.
we just may. Maybe they'll eat some hay.
So 2nd and 4 following the 6-yard run by Riddle. From their own 37-yard line, 4:05 to play in the third. Man in motion is Barella right to left. Whitmer, draw play, Riddle. Got past the first wave of defenders, takes it to the 40 and the 41, awfully close to the first down marker, might be 3rd and inches.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be just short. I like the fact that they're still trying to work in the run because they need to keep Rigby honest, right? You if you're wanting to throw the ball, you can't just have guys sitting back in coverage.
Right.
This way it does bring that defense up a little bit, and maybe they'll have an opportunity to take a shot down the field.
3:30 to play in the third. 3rd and inches for Highland at their own 40, and Nick Van Gupo jumped off sides. And not only that, but he shoved Highland center Gavin Butler. And so you're looking at maybe not only an encroachment, but a personal foul. We'll see. Probably just the encroachment.
Looks like the encroachment, but you're right. He did push him pretty good. Ended up on his back.
In for a penny, in for a pound, I say. Might as well, right?
Yeah, he already knew he was offside, so he might as well get his shot in, I suppose.
Nick Van Gupo does everything at 100%. He even commits penalties at 100%. 1st and 10 for Highland from their own 45 following the encroachment penalty on 3rd and inches. Fresh set it out. 5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Whitmer pump fakes. Now looking for the deep ball, slinging it to the far side. It is caught by Barella at the 35-yard line of Rigby for a first down.
A great job by Barella. He found that soft spot between the two coverage men, and Whitmer just threw it right over the top to the smallest man on the field.
20 yards to Barella, and he faked the pass in the flat first. I think he got that corner to bite and then hit Barella.
Yeah,
20.
It sucked the underneath coverage man up a little bit, just enough to give him space to drop it in.
Highland has it 1st and 10 at the Rigby 35-yard line. 2:30 to play in the third, down 21-10. 2 receivers left, single receiver to the right. Draw play again, ball came out. Whitmer falls on it back at the 39-yard line. They were trying the draw play to Eli Parrish that time, and they ended up losing 4.
Yeah, Whitmer probably could have picked it up, but played it safe there and just dove on it back at the 39.
And we talked about for Parrish, that's who they were trying the draw play to there. Only his second, if he had gotten it cleanly, it would have only been his second carry of the second half. Again, he's not even out there, right? It's Riddle who's in the backfield. They fake the toss to Riddle, sling it in the flat to Barella, caught at the 40, the 35, gets a block to the 30, and down to the 28-yard line of Rigby. Gain of 12. And
Trevin Talbot was the man who finally tripped him up. Otherwise, Barella might be celebrating in the end zone.
That's right. Gain of 11 on the pass play to Barella. That's now 4 catches for Barella. He's the only receiver that's caught a pass in this second half for Highland. Talbot, the free safety, made the tackle for Rigby. And it's now 3rd and 3 for Highland with the ball at the Trojans' 28.
I really think, Highland's got to get a touchdown here if they want to stay in this game.
I agree.
The 3 points, it just isn't going to cut it at this point.
Rigby fans on their feet looking for a stop on 3rd and 3. 1:05 to play in the third. A curl route caught by Jackson Schumann at the 23, and then he maneuvers his way to the 19-yard line for a gain of 9 and a first down.
And amazingly, the first trip into the red zone for the Highland Rams comes with a minute left in the third quarter.
Yeah, that's a great point, Lauren. That boggles the mind a little bit.
They just haven't been able to move the ball down to this point. The Rigby defense has just stifled them.
5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 1st and 10 for Highland from the Rigby 19. Whitmer back to pass, play blown dead, false start.
Yeah, again, the wideouts were in motion and then cut up too early before the ball was snapped, and that hurts. You get a big first down there and you're in the red zone, and now all of a sudden you get a penalty on the next play, push you back out to the 24.
Well, and we've talked about this. This is about the 4th or 5th time that Highland has had a penalty come at a really bad time that just kind of kills their momentum, right?
Yeah, they had some momentum going here. They're driving. We're getting towards the end of the third quarter, just about 25 seconds left, and then you have that to put you into a 1st and 15 when yards have been hard to come by for the Rams.
20 seconds to play in the third. 3 wide to the right. Whitmer going to keep it up the middle inside the 20 and crunched down around the 17-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 8. And that will be the final play of the third quarter. So through 3, Rigby 21, Highland 3 in the 5A state championship game.
The Bouchard team at Silver Creek Realty Group, where helping families in their community with all your real estate needs is their first priority. They're grateful to be able to serve all of Southeast Idaho to help you find your next home. The Bouchard Realty team wants to wish the Highland boys good luck in tonight's game. And Kulak CrossFit in Pocatello is Southeast Idaho's largest and most diverse strength and conditioning training facility. CrossFit is safe and effective functional fitness training that will help you reach your goals, whether that be weight loss, strength gains, or increasing speed and agility. I kind of need all three of those.
Right.
Besides group fitness classes, they offer personal one-on-one training as well as customized sport-specific training and agility training for youth athletes. They even use an app to track your progress, sign in for classes, and view the daily workout. With minimal contract requirements and extremely affordable pricing, Kulak CrossFit is sure to be a great fit for you. Find out more at kulakcrossfit.com or call at 208-251-2905. Owners Troy and Jamie Bell are huge supporters of the Highland Rams and all the student athletes in Pocatello. Kulak CrossFit, they've been a long-time supporter of Idaho sports and, of course, the Highland Rams. I think a few years ago they had a son that was a big linebacker for the Highland Rams.
Jaden Bell.
That's right.
That's name synonymous with Highland athletics for sure. Start of the fourth quarter, Highland working right to left, 2nd and 8. Whitmer to the end zone. It's caught. Colton Sneddon, the tight end, for the touchdown.
A beautifully thrown ball. Nice route to the far side of the end zone. And that is exactly what Highland needed to start this quarter, as now they've crawled in just a little bit. With the PAT, they'll be down just 11.
That is Sneddon's first catch of the night. Picked a good time for it as he catches an 18-yard touchdown pass from Jack Whitmer. And now Ian Hershey on for the point after try, nearly automatic on these. And his kick through. So 11:54 to play in the ball game. Rigby 21, Highland 10.
More and more people in Rigby are choosing Madison Memorial Hospital for themselves and for their families. Madison Memorial is a fundamental part of this community. Its Rigby roots go way back. In fact, many of the nurses and doctors and healthcare professionals who work at Madison Memorial today live right in Rigby. And they are big Trojan fans, just let me tell you. Next time you or someone in your family needs state-of-the-art medical care that's close to home with a personal touch, that comes from being staffed by your own Rigby neighbors, just go to Madison Memorial. You'll be so glad you did. And Fall River Propane serves all of the Upper Valley as well as Island Park with the highest quality, hottest burning propane at competitive prices. Our industry-trained and certified service staff offers more than 70 years of experience. Fall River Propane services all makes and models of propane fireplaces and stoves, and we install home comfort systems and on-demand propane water heaters. Fall River Propane is your full-service propane provider for homes and businesses. Check them out at fallriverpropane.com or call anytime at 1-800-632-5726. fallriverpropane.com. Experience the difference.
Highland ready to kick off here. You know, we were talking right before the touchdown about how the Bell name is synonymous with Highland football. So is the name DeMuzio, and we've seen this on social media in the past couple of weeks. But Caleb DeMuzio, who was a great all-state running back for Highland, graduated last year. Onside kick for Highland and out of bounds. It'll be a penalty flag against the Rams.
Just a little too far for Ian Hershey as he kicked that. He was trying to get it caught on the run down the sideline and just a little too far.
Yeah, almost there, penalty flag, and Rigby, I'm sure, will just take the ball instead of letting Highland try the onside kick again. But Caleb DeMuzio, three-year starter at running back for Highland, graduated last year, was serving an LDS mission, was sent home because he was diagnosed with testicular cancer, and as he's making that brave fight, I mean, at just 19 years old, that's a tough battle. And our thoughts and prayers certainly go out to the DeMuzio family and the Highland family as well. That's always tough to hear.
Yeah, it's a tough thing, but a good thing. Hopefully it was caught early, and it's typically something that can be taken care of pretty quickly and with a lot of success. So we hope the best for him and his family.
I know he is proudly watching all of these guys that he fought in the trenches with last year at Highland High School. 1st and 10 for Rigby following the kickoff out of bounds. The onside kick attempt by Hershey from their own 40-yard line. A lot of confusion, and that Highland fan base making a lot of noise. They will hand it off to Falavai. A little jump stop across the 40 to the 43-yard line, pickup of 3.
No, but I liked what Freeman did there. He was this wide out here on the near side. He could not hear what was going on. So instead of just standing there with his hands up, he ran into the line, asked his other receiver, and went back to his spot. A good heads-up play by him.
And again, he's missed, a game and a half. This is his first action back since that injury in the quarterfinal win over Capital. 2nd and 7 for Rigby. Adolfo back to pass, looking Freeman's way on the near side. Just overshot him at the 30-yard line. Incomplete, 3rd down.
Yeah, pretty well covered out there again by number 6, Adam Jones, right there with Freeman. And it would have been a spectacular catch had Freeman been able to make it.
After Tiger Adolfo went 7 of 8 passing in the first half, he's just 2 of 5 in the second half, and he has missed on his last 3 throws.
Cooling down a little bit. They haven't needed him. They've been up, but now with Highland a little closer, maybe a little more important to hit some of those passes downfield.
3rd and 7 from his own 43, throwing short for Freeman on the near side at the 35-yard line. It's 4th and 7 now for Rigby from their own 43.
And Adolfo frustrated with himself. He had Freeman open on the run. He just short-armed it.
He was rolling out to his right side, trying to make that throw on the run. And this is exactly what Rigby head coach Armando Gonzalez didn't want. A very quick 3 and out, giving the ball right back to Highland.
Yeah, 11-12 left here in the 4th quarter, and now an opportunity. They've got a taste of the end zone here in the second half. If they put it in again, then they are within that striking distance.
4th down, Rigby to punt. Minsky to kick it away. Deep kick. Barella has to retreat back to the 15-yard line, trying to return it up the near side to the 20. Cuts to the outside 25. Penalty flag comes out to the 30. And this run back will be coming back.
Yeah, I didn't see those blocks down here. The one I was watching was the initial one, and the Rigby or the Highland blocker did a good job on that one of not just blindsiding a guy. He just got in the way. A very smart play by him, but teammates got him anyways.
Holding against the Rams, but more importantly, Highland's got the ball with 10:59 to play, down 21-10.
Now they've got the ball back.
Congratulations to the Skyline Grizzlies. Back-to-back 4A champs as they beat Sandpoint 20-6.
And Skyline had a little bit of a roller coaster of a season.
They sure did. They took the hard road, that's for sure.
And but they got better as the season went on. And, congratulations to Coach Berger and those Skyline Grizzlies. They find themselves again. He's one of those guys like Armando Gonzalez. Like the Highlands head coach, Gino Mariani. They're just Mariani. They're just
winners.
And Burgess played here at ISU too on the national championship team.
Yeah, I'm sensing a theme here because Mariani played for Highland in the 80s also. This play blown up on 1st down. Highland faked the toss, tried to run to the left side with Jackson Schumann, and Schumann loses 2. Dusty Wright in on the tackle for Rigby.
Now we'll see what Rigby's defense can do here. Finally gave up a touchdown. Now would be a good time for them to come up with a big stop, get their offense back onto the football field, but Highland has other plans.
And they've got to work somewhat quickly here, right? 10-20 and counting in this ball game. Highland down 21-10, 2nd and 11 for the Rams from their own 18-yard line, 5 wide. Whitmer back to pass, has time, slings it, it's batted in the air, almost caught by one of the linemen, and Damian Walker got his hands up and knocked that down for Rigby. And then he did like a little jump-style karate kick to celebrate.
Easy so he doesn't pull a groin or something like that. Looked pretty good, though. Big play, did a great job. Like I said, you can't get to the quarterback. What are you supposed to do as a defensive lineman? Get your hands up.
So that ball batted in the air. 3rd down and 11 now for Highland. From their own 18-yard line, Rigby fans on their feet making a lot of noise, trying to get a stop defensively. Rigby has to call the timeout. And again, Coach Gonzalez is not happy with how they were lined up. And that's now Rigby's 3rd and final timeout with 10:09 to play.
That seems to be a little bit of a theme, too, over the last few games from Rigby as well. Avail Valley Construction, one of the most premier horizontal construction companies in the Intermountain West. They specialize in all types of construction, including commercial, residential, and municipal projects. Avail Valley Construction takes pride in their expertise and ability to complete quality projects in a timely manner and within budget. Their years of experience and local reputation deliver above the expectations of their customers with every project they undertake. Visit availvalley.com, that's AVAIL Valley.com for more information. Avail Valley Construction wants to wish the Rigby boys good luck. And Upper Valley Orthopedics is the Upper Valley, Snake River Valley's renowned state-of-the-art orthopedic and sports medicine clinic. Doctors Michael Larson, Kevin Lee, and Travis Torngren are board-certified orthopedic surgeons treating all conditions. And we'll come back to them after this play.
3rd down and 11 for Highland from their own 18-yard line. 4 receivers to the right side. Whitmer back to pass. Rigby sends the blitz. Throwing, caught at the 25 and the 26. It'll be 4th down and 4 as Jackson Schumann made the reception on the near side.
Call for an appointment for Upper Valley Ortho at 208-356-9550. You can request one online at uppervalleyortho.com. Upper Valley Orthopedics is Rexburg's in Rexburg is a proud supporter of Rigby athletics. They treat all those sports-related injuries, so check them out online, uppervalleyortho.com.
Well, 10:04 to play. Schumann got 8 yards, but they needed 11, so it's 4th and 3, and Highland will punt. Ian Hershey stands back, ready to kick it away. Another boomer will be caught by Talbot as he lunges forward at the 36-yard line, and Highland will be called for kick-catch interference, as it was Kai Callan, the freshman, on the coverage for the Rams.
And I didn't see, did he call for fair catch on the play?
I don't think so.
But I didn't think he got there early.
And really, Talbot dove forward to field it. Now, is there the halo rule where you have to have that imaginary halo around the return guy?
That's one. I'm not real familiar with the intricacies of that rule there at the high school level, and so I would have thought, unless he calls for fair catch and didn't hit him early, because that's a big penalty.
Yes, a 15-yarder that moves it all the way into Highland territory at their own 49-yard line. So kick-catch interference, the call there, and Rigby in great position with 9:55 to play in this ball game, leading 21-10. They'll start with a screen pass caught by Lords near side 50, the 40, cuts to the 35, and brought down around the 32-yard line. Gain of 17 and a first down.
And a big possession here for both squads, but if Rigby puts this in the end zone, it's going to be under 7 minutes more than likely when they go into the end zone. That's a big hole to dig out of for the Highland Rams.
Yeah, depending on how much time they take off the clock, you could kind of call it at that point. 3 receivers left, tight end to the left, tailback to the right of Adolfo out of the gun with 9:26 to play. Play action fake. Adolfo going for the deep ball, has a man, caught for a Rigby touchdown. That was Brady Packer who made the reception, and he held a finger up in the air to celebrate it. Again, wide open, got a step on his man.
I thought they might get into the end zone again. They did it about 2 minutes faster than I thought they would. But a big 17-point lead, and I'm sure the Rigby fans here will take it.
Yes, they will.
Packer got behind the defense again, and they've done that a few times. And Adolfo hasn't thrown the ball well here in the second half, but that one was on target.
That's a 32-yard touchdown from Tiger Adolfo to Brady Packer. That is Adolfo's 3rd touchdown pass of the night to 3 different receivers. Uminski pushes the extra point wide left, so the score remains 27-10. Rigby with 9:18 to play.
Rise Realty, powered by Daiquiri Bernard Realty Group is focused on providing you with a real estate experience unlike any other. Rise Realty has a team of professionals that will provide you with specialized knowledge and solutions for even the toughest deals. As the industry leader in innovation, Rise Realty's agents utilize new technologies that make the home buying or selling process a breeze, ensuring you have more time to catch all of the Rigby Trojans' victories. Go Trojans! And Briggs Steel is a leading manufacturer of many metal products. They're a family-owned business with 4 generations of experience in the metal industry. They specialize in steel roofing, steel siding, metal siding, and trim. Briggs Steel stocks most colors and accessories for any steel roofing, metal roofing, or steel siding or metal siding project. They're locally owned and operate out of Rigby to serve you better. The team at Briggs Steel wants to wish the boys good luck in tonight's game.
9:18 to play. Rigby up 27-10. Trying to win their second title in school history and their second in the last 3 years. And that kick will be fielded in the end zone by Jackson Schumann for a touchback. So Highland's been knocked down to the mat a lot of times this year, but now, we're talking end game here. 9:18 to play and Highland's season on the line. Not only do they have to be perfect on offense, they probably need a takeaway or an onside kick or something like that.
Yeah, they're just running out of possessions, really, when you factor in Rigby's going to get the ball back eventually. 9:18 left, just not a lot of time. They've got to be perfect from here on out and get a little help from Rigby on the way.
1st and 10 for Highland from the 20. Whitmer starts with a pass in the flat right side to Parrish. Hurdles a man at the 25 across the 30. Out to the 32-yard line, a gain of 12. And there's Eli Parrish again making a big play for Highland.
And that's a good start for their offense on that first play. They're going to need a lot more of that. And Parrish, like you said, he's been a big factor offensively for them. And running the football, they just haven't gone to him a ton.
Just not a lot of volume there. 1st and 10 for Highland. The clock will stop every time they pick up a first down, and then they'll have to hurry up. 3 receivers to the right, single receiver to the left. 1st and 10 from their own 32. Highland working right to left in this fourth quarter. Whitmer gets the snap. Quarterback draw across the 35 to the 36, where Nick Van Gupo will make the tackle for the Trojans.
1+ for the Rams. They do have all 3 of their timeouts still, but playing from behind here, those are going to go quickly as this clock gets down, around the 3-minute mark.
Yeah.
Right now still at 8:30, but as it continues to roll down, they're going to need to use those more than likely.
2nd and 6 for Highland from their own 36. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers stacked to the left. Whitmer alone out of a shotgun formation. Rigby rushes 3. Whitmer taking off, ball came out. Whitmer falls back on top of it at the 36-yard line, no gain. And there you see the dominance of Rigby's defensive line. They only rushed 3 guys. Van Gupo blew up his blocker and was right there to make the play on Whitmer.
Yeah, and as the game's gone on, it seems like they've been able to get there with just rushing 3 guys. They haven't had to bring the house, and they've still been able to put pressure on Whitmer.
What a luxury that is for a defense.
It allows their secondary to have more guys back there and sit back in coverage, so they haven't been able to throw the ball downfield.
3rd and 6 from the 36. Whitmer will throw it in the flat right side, caught by Parrish to the 40, and knocked out of bounds at the 44, and a penalty flag comes out at the end of the play as well. As it stands, an 8-yard gain and a first down from Whitmer to Parrish, and I think players were jawed maybe on both sides. We'll see.
Well,
might be a late hit too.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I saw Parrish go down late. I didn't think he necessarily got blew up out there, but that is going to be the call.
Yep. Late hit out of bounds on that far side as Parrish was ducking his way out. And that's a big penalty because now that puts the ball at the Rigby 40-yard line. Not that Highland, 'tis the season, but I'm not sure that's the kind of gift that Rigby wants to give Highland, right?
Yeah, very generous of them, but
yes,
in this situation, maybe you'd be a little selfish with those kind of things.
Right. 7:33 to play. 1st and 10 for Highland. Ball at the Rigby 40. Whitmer 5 wide, rolling out right side in trouble. Hit as he throws, going deep, has a man. It's Parrish, but instead it's intercepted at the 6-yard line by the Trojans. And coming away with the pick, Ryder Thompson. Whitmer was hit as he threw it, and that was just enough for it to be underthrown a little bit as Ryder Thompson makes the interception at the 7.
Yeah, maybe lucky that they didn't get a penalty there. There were a lot. That hit was way up top as he went it for the ball. Actually hit Whitmer in the helmet. I thought maybe throw there, but like you said, it really threw him off. He was kind of throwing off his back foot, underthrew it just a bit. And a big turnover, and that really might spell doom for the Rams.
Comes with 7:26 to play in this ball game. That is the first turnover by either side tonight in what's been a pretty clean game.
Yeah, we've had a couple of balls come loose, but the team on offense has always covered them, and that's the first true turnover.
So 1st and 10 for Rigby from their own 7-yard line with 7:26 to go, and a couple of fans headed for the exits. Handoff up the middle by Falavai, takes it to the 10-yard line.
Yeah, you see a few people heading out. Maybe the Sugar fans that stuck around on this side to watch the game.
Want to beat the traffic? Hey, pull up IdahoSports.com in the car and hear the final 7 minutes on the way home. Gain of 3 on that carry by, I think that was McCullough actually for the first time tonight. Ready on 2nd down and 7 from their own 10-yard line. It is another handoff inside to McCullough, and it's blown up by Highland. That time Sloan Lamson coming through to make the tackle.
Yeah, along with a couple teammates, they immediately got to it, and Adolfo probably wishing he would have pulled that one back because he was immediately hit. They got back to the line of scrimmage, but Adolfo might have had some room to run over here on the right side.
So last year for Rigby, they had the power-speed combination with Zeke Falavai, the power back, and then Gabe Mobley was kind of the speed guy. Well, this year they were counting on Lucas McCullough to take over for Mobley, who graduated. McCullough broke his wrist or something like early on in the season. He's got a kind of a club on his head, so they'll occasionally put him in for like a one-handed handoff and a carry. And McCullough had those last 2. Adolfo on 3rd and 7, quarterback draw up to the 15-yard line where it'll be 4th down.
So the defense for Highland come up big right there, force a punt, but by the time this ball gets punted away, there's only going to be about 5:15 left in the ball game.
And Highland down by 17. I mean, Barella standing at his own 50-yard line, perhaps could reel off a good return, maybe even a house call, and then Highland would be right back in it.
Get a little momentum back, yeah, if he could do something like that, like I said, even a big return. And there was a lot of movement, pointing. It was everybody else's fault. Looks like it's going to be a false start.
Yeah. Now, if that was against Highland and that gives Rigby a first down, you could pretty much put the turkey in the oven.
Yeah, that would have been a backbreaker.
5:15 to play. 27 to 10.
Making me hungry.
I know.
Turkey talk.
All this late night. Last night we were here even later, Lauren.
That game went late.
That 2A championship was scheduled to kick off at 9, didn't kick off till 9:21. Snap goes over the punter's head, through the back of the end zone for a safety. Oh, wow. Well, don't stick the bird in just yet. Let's pull her out and do some more prep, because 27-12, Highland gets the safety, and they'll get the ball on the free kick.
Yeah, that changes things a little bit here. Now you're down 2 scores now. It was 3, now it's just 2.
Right.
You could get that second or that 2-point conversion to tie this on one of your touchdowns. You know, I was just about to say, I wonder if they'll come after the kicker on this, and then they hike it over his head for the safety.
So 27-12, Highland trailing with 5:15 to play in this ball game.
With over 20 years of experience in the mortgage industry, Bell Financial Group is your premier local mortgage lender. They're proud to offer you the same options as national lenders, only with the advantage of working with real Idahoans that work for you, not the banks. Bell Financial Group believes strongly in giving back to the community and sponsor local high school webcasts to make sure that they're not just helping you find a house, they're helping you find a home. And Rain in Style is proud to be a sponsor of all high school sports. Rain in Style provides custom alternatives to make you and your animal stand out in a crowd. Use coupon code IdahoSports with your order and get 10% off now, whether you need collars or leashes for your dog, beautiful color tack for your horse, or a cool gift or decor item for you. Rain in Style can help you out. Conveniently located in Boise. The products are custom made to meet your needs. Log on to raininstyle.com. Grab life by the reins and play hard tonight.
Rigby with the free kick from their own 25-yard line as Jackson Schumann came up from the 35-yard line to return it. It bounced off his chest, and Raymond Barella just had to fall on it at the 39-yard line. So an opportunity missed there for Highland to get some additional return yardage on the free kick, but still good starting position. 1st and 10 for the Rams from their own 39-yard line. 5:11 to play in this game. Rams down 27-12. 4 wide. Barella in motion. Right to left. Penalty flag comes in. False start.
I guess the only good thing there is no time came off the clock.
You know, you're Mr. Silver Lining.
I'm really not, but I'm trying to be a little more optimistic.
New Year's resolution?
Yeah, just getting a jump on it.
Silver Lining Lauren. I like it. It's got a good ring to it. But for Highland, I mean, these penalties have been a big problem tonight. 1st and 15 now for the Rams from their own 34-yard line. 5:11 to play. 4 wide again. Schumann in motion, right to left. Low snap. Goes through the legs of Whitmer, picks it up and flings it. Incomplete. Parrish trying to get back to the ball to avoid the intentional grounding penalty. And I think he was just close enough to make it 2nd down and 15.
Yeah, I think they're going to let him get away with that one. You're right. Parrish sprinting back to make it look like he was on his way.
But again, bad snap.
The penalty before that.
Yeah, I mean, Highland is not making it easy for them.
Well, especially after getting gifted the 2 points on that snap through the end zone.
2nd and 15 for the Rams. Whitmer back to pass. Screen on the near side. Caught by Schumann. Spinning at the 35. And brought down to the 36. Taylor Freeman in there. Trevin Talbot in on the stop for Rigby as well. That is a gain of only 3 to make it 3rd and 13.
You know, 7 or 8 of the Rigby Trojan defenders were there as part of that tackle on that play. Just 3 or 4 guys not within 5 yards, and so really going after the ball.
I mean, Highland at this point, like, they might have to take a deep shot here. 3rd and 13 from their own 36, 5 wide. Whitmer back to pass, stands tall, delivers to Godfrey, and a big hit delivered by Taylor Freeman to jar the ball loose. It's 4th down.
Ooh, and Godfrey, man, if I'm him, I'm happy to get up there because that was a massive hit by Freeman.
Wow, Taylor Freeman. You know, we came into the game not even thinking he was going to play because of the wrist injury. Not only is he playing, not only has he caught a touchdown, he just delivered the biggest hit of the night on defense.
Yeah, his shoulder be hurting after that one. He really laid it into Godfrey, and not many guys are going to hold on to that ball with that kind of hit from Freeman.
Freeman can go soak in the hot springs at Lava.
There you go.
After tonight's game. 4th and 13, Highland has to go for it with 4:27 to play. Whitmer with 5 wide, standing tall, throwing over the middle. It's caught by Sneddon, but short of the 1st down. Needed 13, he got 10. Rigby gets the ball on downs.
Another big hit from Freeman. Sneddon able to hold on to it, but he took a shot in the back from Freeman on that play as well.
And one of the Rigby coaches sprinting down from the box right behind us. I'm sure you could hear that on the well, maybe not. We'll see. But he's fired up. Look at him. He is sprinting down the stairs to get down onto the field.
Sounded like a choo-choo train.
Yeah.
Woo! Woo!
Like the water boy. You sounded like a big choo-choo train.
He was pretty stoked, and with good reason.
Yes.
I mean, Rigby fans can feel the championship coming.
4:21 to play. Rigby trying to run out the clock. They start with a throw, though, a pass into the flat on the far side. Zeke Falavai, the intended receiver, incomplete. 2nd and 10.
And that pass is so hard to catch out there. You know, you're watching it come right at you, You're trying to turn upfield, and then when it's a little low, that one down, just below the belt a little bit, that's a tough ball to come up with.
4:17 to go, 27-12 Rigby. And the Rigby fans, you can feel the anticipation. Trying to get their second championship in school history and second in the last 3 years. Falavai bouncing to the left side, brought down after a gain of just 2. Mason Fulmer and Lucas Barker comboing on the tackle for Highland, gain of 2, 3rd and 8.
Now, it's still 4 minutes left here. It's getting really difficult to see the path for the Rams to get back into this, but they do have all 3 timeouts. They can get a stop here on 3rd and long, get the ball back, score quickly. There's still a little light at the end of the tunnel.
There is a small opening.
It's closing quickly.
Yes. The turkey is in the oven. We just haven't closed the door yet. 3rd down and 8. Rigby throwing to Condanzi, the tight end, and what a tackle out in space by the freshman for Highland out there, Kai Callan, having to play some defensive back in a state championship game in your freshman year. How about that? And Danzy looked like he was going to maneuver for the first down, but is only able to pick up 3 yards on that reception.
Yeah, and I thought had Callan not made that tackle, Danzy was going to get more than just a first down. He had a blocker out ahead of him and only one other defender.
Danzy is a big 6'4" tight end. Kai Callan, 5'6", 130 and a freshman, just kind of stuck him out and tripped him. 2:45 to play, 4th down. Rigby going to go for it. And another pooch kick here by Tiger Adolfo. Will take a bounce at the 20 and be down there by Condanzi. So 1st and 10 for Highland from their 20. 2:35 to play. They do have all 3 timeouts remaining. So again, you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah, you're telling me there's a chance. Scotty's True Value in CarQuest is dedicated to providing you with great customer service and a wide variety of products unmatched to help take care of your every hardware, automotive, and weekend project needs. We're located at 201 South State Street in beautiful downtown Rigby, Idaho. Give us a call at 745-6498 or visit us online at truevalue.com/Scotties and let us take care of you the hometown way. Scotty's True Value is a proud supporter of Rigby Athletics. Go Trojans.
1st and 10 for Highland from their own 21, working right to left for the final 2:35 of this game. 5 wide for Highland here. Whitmer trying to dance his way out of trouble. He's brought down at the 15-yard line. Logan Fredrickson making the stop.
And another big sack for the senior, trying to finish out his career with a 2nd state championship for Rigby High School.
And Logan Fredrickson committed to Montana State University. Go play for the Bobcats in the Big Sky Conference. Whitmer almost intercepted. Good coverage by Reggie Groom of Rigby. Incomplete and quickly 3rd down and 14.
Yeah, Godfrey had a chance at it after it almost got intercepted. I think it got tipped a little bit. Godfrey wasn't able to adjust and pick it up.
3rd down and 14 for the Rams.
And if you're Idaho State University, how are you letting these guys get away, right? Adolfo's going to Weber State. Fredrickson's going to Montana State. What are they doing?
Well, and that, and I don't know a lot about ISU athletics, but that seems to be the trend over the last, 10, 20 years and that's the frustration, I think, for some people here at ISU.
Yeah, got to get those local players. 2:06 to go. Whitmer, 3rd and 14. Deep shot. It's picked at the 35-yard line. Returning to the 30. That is Ryder Thompson's 2nd interception of the night. Returns it to the 30. Penalty flags come out, and the celebration can begin for the Trojans with 1:56 to play.
Yeah, just that ball underthrown. They tried to go downfield. It was underthrown and picked off. We'll see what the penalty flag is. It might go against Rigby.
Oh, a targeting call. Wipe out the penalty, wipe out the celebration. Highland will keep the ball and get 15 yards on the penalty. That's a big call. And now, let's see. No. Rigby will still get it.
Was it on the return? Okay, it was on the return.
Good clarification.
And that's kind of watching, but yeah, that's right. It was on the return. So still an unfortunate penalty there.
Resume the interception. Resume the celebration.
It did kind of slow things down, though, as everybody's kind of looking at what's going on.
Yes, a little confusion there, even up here in the booth. 27-12, Rigby with 1:56 to play. Now, Highland does have all 3 timeouts, but Rigby picks up a first down. This game's over. Leading 27-12. Falabai on the carry off the left side and right back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard. The duo of Barker and Fulmer on the tackle again for Highland.
I tell you what, Highland's done a pretty good job of containing the run, but Adolfo has redeemed himself, right? I mean, from his showing last year, he was disappointed in it. He just didn't show out well in the state championship game, but he has redeemed himself here in this ball game, throwing the football. He's been very good in the first half, and has done pretty well in the second half as well.
Probably the worst game of his Rigby career came in that championship game last year, and one of his best comes in the title game this year as Adolfo dances to the outside, just trying to run the clock, will slide down at the 48-yard line. A penalty comes out for Highland on the late hit. That's just a dumb penalty. You saw that Adolfo was sliding down. Adam Jones and Drew Roberts both crashed in on the play, and that's a personal foul against Highland with 1 minute to go.
Yeah, he was giving himself up, went down to the turf, and just guy coming in body slamming him. I get it, a little frustration probably from Highland as well, hoping they would have played better in this ball game, but it looks like Rigby's going to come away with another state championship.
Well, and here's the thing, too. Gino Mariani, veteran coach for Highland, he knows the situation, right? He's not going to use his timeouts. He knows that a comeback possibility is gone. He's trying to finish this game out. 45 seconds to go. It's 3rd and 2 now for Rigby following that penalty against Highland. They'll let the clock roll down and run it one more time. Falabai will take it up the middle. Across the 35 to the 34 for a first down, and that'll do it. The Rigby Trojans, for the second time in 3 years, sit atop the Class 5A throne. And it's always sweeter when you can conquer a rival in the final game of the year as they take down Highland 27-12, the final.
Yeah, good showing by both of these teams, but it was all Rigby. I mean, Highland just couldn't get anything much going at all offensively. They got a field goal, a safety, and 1 touchdown that came at the beginning of the 4th quarter. That's all they could get going. 1 trip into the red zone. It was all the Trojans.
From start to finish, Rigby's signature all over this game as the Trojans win the 5A state championship, 27-12, the final over Highland. And there's the Gatorade bath for a member of the Rigby coaching staff as well, as Tiger Adolfo in a big embrace with his coach. What a win for Rigby. And so we will step aside, take a break, come back with the IdahoSports.com postgame show right after this break. You're listening to the 2021 Idaho High School Football Playoffs and the 5A state championship game on IdahoSports.com.
Lead the charge into a brighter future with the all-new 2022 Volkswagen ID4. With an EPA estimated range of 250 miles, the ID4 knows how to go the distance. It's an electric SUV that's as fun to drive as it is stylish and functional. You don't have to sacrifice good looks for great performance. So stop by our dealership today and jumpstart your year with the Volkswagen ID4. Teton Volkswagen, where it's always no problem to buy and service your vehicle.
Scott here from Teton Honda in Pocatello. Our dealership operates on a no-problem philosophy that's designed to put you in charge of your next vehicle purchase. Prefer to shop online? No problem. Evenings or weekends? No problem. Need a wide range of financing and leasing options? No problem. So whether it's one of our beautiful new Hondas or just a vehicle that's new to you, at Teton Honda, we'll help you find the perfect vehicle for your needs. Experience car buying like never before At Pocatello's only no problem dealership.
Dear Detour, you took us off-road on the gnarliest trails. You asked us to measure up, so yeah, we did. When life slings you mud, sling it right back. Stay strong, Toyota trucks.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Athletes know how important it is to stay hydrated. But did you know there are other ways to hydrate besides just drinking water? In fact, milk is a great hydration option because it actually contains water as well as electrolytes that are lost when your body sweats. So consider taking milk along with you to your next game or competition and enjoy the taste of greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
It's time to start planning for back to school. That's why I got my kids vaccinated for COVID-19, so they can be protected from COVID when they're back in the classroom. Kids 12 and older can get vaccinated. The vaccines have been researched and tested. They're safe and they work. Getting vaccinated was quick and easy. You can walk into a pharmacy to get one. We got our COVID-19 vaccine, and I hope everyone will choose to get vaccinated too.
Get a free COVID-19 vaccine today. Find a location near you at covidvaccine.idaho.gov.
We're a valley-wide country store. For 100 years, we've been your #1 choice for food, fuel, farm supplies, and just about everything else you could need to get you through your day. We know you work until the job is done, and so do we. For gas on the go, or a little extra to help you get down the road, you can count on us. We are proud to employ your neighbors and to be a cornerstone of your community. We're valley-wide. Yesterday, today, and tomorrow. We're here for you.
A hit in the morning, another between class, after school, and more before bed. Vaping sucks you in quick. Not to mention all the chemicals and health problems everyone's talking about. That's why thousands of teens are ready to take back their life their own way with My Life, My Quit. When you sign up with us, you'll get a free and simple quit plan that makes it easier to stop vaping. Visit mylifemyquit.com or text Start My Quit to 36072.
You train, you sweat, you practice, you go for the gold, you give 110%, but most of all, you aim for greatness. And milk is the performance enhancer that can help get you to your goal. Trusted by athletes and backed by science, there's a healthy helping of greatness in every refreshing glass of milk. So let nature's original sports drink help quench your thirst for greatness. For more help finding your greatness, visit unbottled.com.
I decided to get vaccinated because I wanted to protect myself and my family and my customers from COVID-19. When I went to get my COVID-19 vaccine, it was an easy process. It's readily available. Since I got vaccinated, I'm confident I'm protected against the COVID-19 virus. My life has returned to business as usual.
Welcome into the IdahoSports.com postgame show. One last time from Holtz Arena on the campus of Idaho State University in Pocatello. The 5A championship for the second time in 3 years will reside at Rigby High School as they defeat Highland 27-12 tonight. This was a game that Rigby pretty much controlled from the start.
Yeah, they scored early. They were up 14-0, 14-3. They were up 21-3. A late touchdown and then a snap out of the back of the end zone is the only other offense that the Rams got. Just one trip into the red zone. They did score on it, but one trip to the red zone for the Highland Rams, just not enough offense.
And the yardage totals tell the story for Rigby. 160 yards on the ground, 188 yards through the air. Great balance for 348 total yards of offense For Highland, only 77 yards on the ground, 184 yards for the air, just 261 yards of total offense. The game plan for Rigby was, we want Highland to throw the ball. We want them to beat us, and they executed that game plan to a T.
Yeah, they wanted to control Whitmer. They wanted him to stay in the pocket. He did. He had to throw the ball. They just couldn't get the plays down the field. Good coverage from Rigby. He didn't have time. He was rushed in the pocket. And so Rigby, executed their game plan and came out of here with a W.
And what a difference a year makes. We talked about it for Tiger Adolfo last year in the championship game. 4 of 7, 54 yards and an interception, 4 carries, -1 yard and 2 fumbles. Didn't play in the second half as it was the worst game of his Rigby career. Flip it tonight where it's the best game of his Rigby career. And no surprise that he's our IdahoSports.com player of the game. The senior quarterback, 12 of 18, 188 yards and 3 touchdowns to 3 different receivers, Coleman Lords, Taylor Freeman, and Brady Packer. And then he also had 12 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown. And what that tells me, Lauren, is this is a guy who let the game come to him. He didn't try to force anything and was very efficient.
Well, yeah, you look at that. He only threw the ball 18 times. 8 times in the first half, if I remember right, and 10 in the second half. And a little more effective, efficient in the first half, but he hit his receivers for touchdowns in the second half. He ran one in. Yeah, he let the game come to him, like you said. He used his weapons around him, and, man, he accounted for all 4 touchdowns.
Honorable mention goes to Ryder Thompson as well, who had 2 interceptions for Rigby in that second half as he pretty much slammed the door shut on the hopes of a Highland comeback. So, Rigby finishes the season with a 11-1 record. Their lone loss came to Madison, of all teams, in that regular season. You know what, though? That Madison loss, I think, really refocused Rigby. Yeah. They'd kind of been skating by, and they got motivated for this playoff run.
Yeah, Madison's back at home thinking, we beat the state championships.
Right.
We're the best team in the state.
Highland, meanwhile, finishes 10-3. 2 of their 3 losses come to Rigby, the other one to Rocky Mountain. Well, what a fun season this has been, Lauren, and we still have one more championship game to bring you tomorrow on IdahoSports.com as Skyline won the 4A title tonight over Sandpoint 20-6. So I know the Skyline and Rigby fans like to cheer for each other and boost each other up, and they love playing each other too. Rigby won that matchup 24-13 this year in a great game. And also earlier tonight here in Holtz Arena, Weiser defeated Sugar Salem by 1 in double overtime when Sugar Salem went for the 2-point conversion in the win and didn't get it. So Rigby at the 5A level, Skyline at 4A, Weiser at 3A, Westside at 2A, Oakley at 1A D1 have all collected championships tomorrow. We go from the largest classification to the smallest, the 1A D2 final at the Kibbe Dome in Moscow as Cary will try to win a title in their final year at 1A D2. They're moving up to D1 next year. They'll take on Kendrick, who's kind of a newcomer to the state finals. And that should be a fun game at 1 o'clock Pacific time, 2 o'clock Mountain time tomorrow from the Kibbe Dome in Moscow and on IdahoSports.com.
Yeah, Ryan Skaggs will be up there. Is that right?
I think it's Garrison
Hardy. Or is
Hardy.
it Garrison that's going to take this one? Garrison Hardy will be up there on the call for that. And, yeah, Kendrick, kind of a little unknown, but Cary, a long time, very familiar with the state championship game. And so they're going to try to tack on another one in their storied school history.
That's right. So one more state championship broadcast to come. That'll do it for this IdahoSports.com game streams production of the 2021 Idaho State Football Championships. Championship coverage has been brought to you by the Idaho Division of Public Health, your local Toyota dealer, Valley-wide co-op and country stores, and Project Filter. Stop smoking, start living. We'd also like to thank all of our local sponsors tonight.
Yeah, Teton Honda and Volkswagen, Portneuf Medical, Lava Hot Springs, Bouchard Realty, Kulak CrossFit, Bringhurst Family Dentistry, Taylor Chevrolet, C&B Operations, Avail Valley Construction, Jab Construction, Briggs Steel, Idaho Drug, Upper Valley Orthopedics, Rise Realty, the Daiquiri Bernard Realty Group, Madison Memorial Hospital, Fall River Propane, Bell Financial Group, Scotty's True Value and CarQuest, and Rain in Style.
The Rigby Trojans, for the second time in 3 years, at the top of the 5A food chain as they win 27-12 over the Highland Rams. And congrats to Tiger Adolfo, the senior quarterback who is moving on to Weber State University next year, but in his final game as a Rigby Trojan, man, he went out in style. 3 passing touchdowns, a rushing touchdown as well, as Rigby defeats Highland 27-12. For Lauren Jensen, I'm Brandon Bainey. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Until next time, good night, everybody, and thanks for listening on IdahoSports.com.
This has been a presentation of IdahoSports.com Game Streams. This broadcast is copyrighted to IdahoSports.com. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express